One. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. If there's anybody here already waiting for the awesome birthday stream to get going here. I actually had a phone call just as I was getting ready to go live, which I suppose I should not be completely shocked because people are calling to wish happy birthday. Hi Mega, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Let's get a tweet sent. That would be good. And then we can get going here. Stalking my page waiting for this. Oh, Liz, thank you. Thank you for the happy birthday and thank you for joining us. Let's get this sent. Stephanie, thank you. It's kind of weird to be like, birthday stream, like it's gonna be something like overly special. I mean, it's the same stuff. Nail art stuff. Although I'm hoping this works out really well because, I mean, obviously I really like having an awesome manicure on my birthday. I just took off this morning the China Glaze stamping comparison that we did on Thursday, and I did manage to get some sunlight pictures and even some sunlight video before I started streaming, and I'm thinking that I might put the polish and motion for the stamp with the polish and motion of the first comparison, like one big long polish and motion. I thought maybe even before I started streaming, but maybe after. Aw, there will be more, Mega. I really wasn't sure how I would be streaming, but I love it. It's so fun talking with you guys. Thank you, Painted Dinosaur. Thank you, Mom of Noah. Thank you, Barbie. I'm just like, usually my birthday is such a low-key, laid-back event. I mean, just with like you guys that are here already now, I think I have more birthday wishes than I usually get. And if you want to see what we're going to be working on, so over here, since Beanie has rejected us, this is my box of nail foils. So, like when I very first, some of you guys have probably seen the turquoise nail foil strips that I did. You're doing your nails with me, Liz. Today, Mega, we are doing nail foil strips. I don't know about all the stamping tricks, Mega, but it was really kind of interesting. I thought the new ones were going to stamp very similarly, is that a word? To the old ones, and they honestly didn't. And it was a little bit of a challenge, shall we say, to get them working, but we did eventually get them working, but they still weren't as good as the originals. Like the image from the stamping plate was just not as sharp and clear, and they were just very fussy. So when I originally saw this technique, I saw it in silver. I did it in fact, I was going to turn this off so that you could, oops, okay. We're going into darkness mode for a minute. Now we're going into other lamp mode so that you guys can see. This is a black holo, and this is what I thought my second attempt at this was going to be. Thank you, Christy. Thank you for joining us, too. Hello. This is what I thought my next attempt was going to be after the turquoise, but then I found this box. This box is like my original set of nail foils that I bought, and it has a silver. So this is, like I said, what I originally saw the design in. These are kind of weird because they're not in their own little vials. A lot of other good stuff in here too. I mean, like, wow, this is so pretty. This one too. All of them. Nail foils, they're all pretty. They're all super awesome. So I finally found this box of my original nail foils, and it has the silver in it, so I can actually... I mean, I still would like to do the black at some point too, but today we're going to be working with the silver. So, you guys see the holo. We're not going to be seeing it for most of the tutorial. Actually, I'm kind of surprised how well it works even in just this low light. And please believe me when I say, even this, the camera is not doing it justice, you guys. A quick run through of all my foils. Sure, why not? Let's, well, actually that's not too bad. That's like one click on the ring light. The strips are hard, and I had a couple problems the last time that I'm hoping I can resolve this time. So this is like my original box. I think I got this on maybe Trans Design. I don't really remember for how much. Is this? No, let's go back to this one. I feel like this shows off the holos a bit more. And I kind of like made myself some notes. So we have most foils you get are going to come in their own little vials. This is one, I think this might have actually been the first one I tried to use and I had a lot of trouble with. It's like a silver kind of streaky, like it almost looks like what you would get with a dry brush if you were to dry brush holo foil, if that makes any sense. Thank you, Sunburnt, and hello. This is kind of a, whoa, you are all rolled up in here. Like a flat purple. It's not hollow, but it is very, like shiny, very reflective. And then we have a red and a green that are both also that same, very shiny, but not hollow. Then we have this one here is a gold holo in the same line as kind of that silver holo I was showing you guys in the black. This roll has like starbursts all over it. So if I can like get a good angle, I'm trying to be careful with them because you don't want to like bend them or crinkle them, or you'll affect the design. You want to keep them nice and smooth so that the design really comes through. And the smoothness is always where I've had problems when trying to apply them with regular polish. Yeah, and I would like to do some more testing with regular polish. Like I said, my previous attempts were very frustrating, but I also didn't really have the correct materials. Like I didn't have a water-based top coat, and regular top coat, like all these gorgeous little holographic rings, it would just ruin it. It would just be crinkled, and where I get so confused, you guys. I'm like looking all around. I got used to looking over here for my alerts when I was playing Hollow Knight, and now my alerts are back over here on this monitor. Starlore, thank you for the bits, and hello. And thank you for the happy birthday. I really like this ring one too. This gold one, if you go on YouTube on my channel and look, do a search for like foil application or something, this is the one that is featured in that tutorial. And it was another frustrating experience. I don't think I even recorded a tutorial when I tried the silver one, but there are pictures way far back on my blog. And then we have this kind of like a glitter hollow looking type of thing. So this came in a set, and it originally came with what was supposed to be a foil top coat and a foil base, which the foil base is like a glue, which has since dried up, so I ended up just buying some more. This is just like foil adhesive that I found on Amazon. I think that would look great too, painted dinosaur, but I really want the all silver experience. This turquoise one, these are into my other ones now. This turquoise one is what I did the first time I tried this technique. And basically the technique is cutting little things into strips and using gel polish. And gel polish definitely, in my experience, works the best with foils because it doesn't interfere with the designs. Here we have a hollow turquoise glitter, And then let's just see here. I'm trying to go kind of by color. Actually, I should have that out for the silver. I've got a couple extra, these aren't exactly vials. I don't know what else to call them though. And I should also say, have to sell your soul to the gel god. I really would like to try, maybe I should go ahead and put that out there for one of the following midweek manicures. Like just using a little bit of foil with regular polish and with my new foil adhesive and with my water-based top coat. Because I've never tried to do a gel or a foil manicure since I've had the water-based top coat, and that may make all the difference. But the other frustrating thing with the adhesive is even if you think you have like the perfect even coat of adhesive down, trying to get it to adhere evenly can be a challenge. And like I said, then you end up warping the pattern. This is like it's almost like flakies, like those little kind of irregular geometric shapes. Nice blue. And actually I have two of those. Because as I was going to say, these in the shoebox are like grab bag sets from Amazon. And the majority of those, you are probably not going to get what you see in the picture. You're going to get a variety assortment and you may end up with some duplicates. So this is two different sets and I've got several duplicates. This is, I think I might have showed you guys this one around the 4th of July. It's got this kind of fireworks looking pattern in it. Rings. And kind of a larger, like if this is like flakies, then this is like larger, almost like, I don't know if you want to call it crushed glass or something. Then I've got, let's see, we've got some pink ones. We've got two kind of flaky texture hollow pinks. And thank you, C4, and welcome. I've also got a flat, well not flat, non-hollow mirror pink. Some bright, like fuchsia pinks. We've got two of this kind of square. It's really hard to see the pattern. It just looks so shiny, and they're not quite hollow. If foil could be like kind of duochrome, that's almost what I'd call this. Hello, Caters, thank you. And then another one of that kind of flaky texture. And I have just one purple, which is kind of sad, but it's really nice. It's not quite like the rings. Like, where'd that go? Like, see, these blue ones are actually like little O-rings. This is just actually like little rounds. And this is also, you can see those other colors popping in there. Not quite holographic, but very close. We've got some reds. We've got, whoa, don't roll off the desk here, foils. We have one of the kind of fireworks patterns reds. I have several other ideas for foil type manicures, but not Skittles today. Maybe eventually. I love me some Bob Ross. Like, really. He's the best. We've got a red in the kind of square pattern. We've got a red in the chunkier scattered pattern. And two red glitters. Then, okay, we've got gold. We've got two fireworks gold. They're the same. There's like the big design, and then there's like the smaller designs. We've got, whoa. These two are quite similar, but they're not the same. We've got the one that's the glitter texture, and one's the round texture. Hollow, of course. Well, not of course, but hollow. And, oh, this one, I think this is one of the only ones I have this pattern. Can you see it's kind of like a radial? It's a very, like almost like a prism, and it's hollow also. And then we've got silvers. We've got a bunch of silvers. We've got a flat silver. We've got a silver with kind of like stars in different scattered shapes. We've got this is another rounds one, but they're arranged in like these lines so that they kind of remind me like a disco ball or something. Choom! The silver ones are some of my favorites. We've got this kind of, it's another kind of a square pattern, but it's not as organized as that other one. It's kind of a, almost like a square sort of flaky thing. And this is one with just the rounds. And then, oh, this is another one of the disco ball looking ones. We've got a hollow glitter, and this one might be kind of hard to see on camera. It's kind of like a hollow S-curve almost. Yeah, that one's kind of hard to capture. And then we're almost done. Oh wait, a couple more silvers. Silver fireworks, silver kind of broken chunky pattern, and 3 blacks, but only 2 patterns. 2 of the rounds, hollow. This would be, I mean, this would be pretty just even all by itself, without even doing any strips or anything fancy like that. And then the flat black hollow that I showed you guys earlier. So that is the current extent of my nail foil collection, and I still would like more, even though I rarely use them. You should probably be able to find them pretty cheap on Amazon, but like I said, you run the risk of not getting what you want, and that actually happened to me with both of those sets. There was one that was shown, you know, like in the product picture, that turned out not to be included in what I received. And hold on, I need to count how high I'm turning this up so we get a good level of light. One of them I even wrote to the company and complained because it did not say, or I sent them like feedback on Amazon. It did not say in the product listing that you would get a random selection. The other one said that you would get a random selection, so I kind of cut them some slack on that. And the company did actually, I think I got like half off of like $5 or something. So, purple is the best color. I was mad I didn't get more purple. I was mad I got the duplicates. I was mad there were like a couple that showed in the image that were like gradients. So like a metallic hollow gradient of like teal to purple or something like that. I forget exactly what it was, but I really wanted that and didn't get it, and a few others. I mean, they're fairly cheap, so I wasn't really mad, but if there's a particular color or a particular pattern that you want, there are websites that sell foils like individually, where you can literally say, I want this foil, and that's what you get, rather than just the grab bag assortment. Jerry is hosting me. I was wondering if Jerry would pop in here to enjoy the wonders of holographic nail foils, or at least learn about the wonders of holographic nail foils. One thing I didn't like about the set I got from Trans Design is they've got these little stickers on here, and it can be kind of difficult to take them off without damaging the foil. See? Now that area is all janky. But it's okay. I mean, we've got a decently sized roll, and enough of it that is still, wow. Even the ring light can't stop the hollow on this, you guys. Grocery shop, 10 pounds of ground meat. That's a lot of meat, Jerry. But thank you for joining us. Yeah, that's what I wanted sunburnt, and that's what the one kind of claimed that it was, but I'm mostly happy with what I got. So, the last time I did this, I ran into a couple problems, and I've been considering like how I want to resolve those problems this time. So, like, one thing is, like, when you're, I mean, obviously, okay, we've got a strip here. We're going to cut it in littler, God, I'm just loving how this is showing up on camera. We're going to cut it into littler strips, but then the strip edges were square. So, like, at my cuticle, I had, like, little stair-step line where the edges came together square and my cuticle is rounded. Find, bulk, and save. That's how to do it. We usually do that too. I mean, we have like a big chest freezer down in the basement, but not usually quite that bulky. Jerry's an awesome cook. We keep trying to get him to do some cooking streams. I'm just looking at how long my nails are right now. I'm thinking I might be able to cut this like in half and actually get like double as much out of this. So I want to make sure I have plenty of nail foil. So like when I'm doing something like this, where I'm trying to estimate how much I need for my nails, I'll kind of like, you know, lay my nails out. Okay, like that much foil would be for that many 4 nails. So if I give myself a little bit more and a little bit of extra room, and then I'm going to cut this in half, hopefully this will be enough for all of the nails. I'm going to take this little extra small jar I found and stick the rest in here. You want to, whatever you do with them, you want to do something to protect them so they don't get smooshy. And I'm just going to try and cut this like directly in half. It's a little bit difficult because it wants to curl up. In fact, it's almost harder than I thought. Let's okay, this'll work maybe. Today is Italian sausage and spinach Alfredo. That looks good too. A wall painted like, I want a car painted like this, except then you would probably cause traffic accidents everywhere that you went, of people just in shock of your awesomeness. So I'm concentrating, you guys. I'm sorry. It's like I don't want to cut these in a bad size. Okay, that's still plenty wide. I don't know why I was even nervous about that. So there's I'm trying to figure out how like best to explain this because I've only done this once before, and that tutorial turned out to be really long. And because it's my birthday, I'm not even doing a tutorial for this. Usually, you know, the past couple weeks I've been recording a tutorial while I stream. I hate editing, and for my birthday, I'm not going to have to edit. So, what I'm hoping... Dinosaur. Perfectly happy just watching the foils get turned in light. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like, I don't even know if it's a thing. Probably it is, like visual ASMR. Or like those videos that are like super satisfying. Ooh, so satisfying. But it is. I mean, it's mesmerizing. My thought, and I'm gonna see how it works, and I'm gonna try and not overthink it, because even if I end up with a slightly jagged cuticle line, I mean, this is gonna be awesome. It's just a matter, is it gonna be kinda awesome or really fucking awesome? Yeah, I mean, Christy, and this is my advice to anybody else with the birthday coming up or past or whatever time of year your birthday is. I know I've got at least one other July baby in here. Enjoy your birthday. Don't, you know, think about, oh, what is a birthday supposed to be or should be, or like, just do whatever you want. I want to do awesome nails, and I do not want to edit, so that's what's happening. I've got 2 lids here. I'm going to be putting my strips on the larger lid, and I'm going to be putting my my leftover bits on this one. I've got my cuticle scissors, which are slightly curved. So what I'm going to do is try to create some like scalloped edges along the edge with hopefully like some roundedness to them. And we'll see. I mean, they're all gonna fall apart once I start. Let's get rid of that. Once I start putting them in strips. But I'm hoping that I'll just be able to look and say, oh, there's one with a good angle like I need for this particular finger. Whether that's how it's actually going to work out, that is the question. Should at least be somewhat better than last time. And because I am working on just a half a strip here, I'm trying not to trim off too much of the edge, or we're going to end up with pieces like not wide enough for our fingers. The other option, which we may still end up needing to do, is like trimming each strip before I apply it on my finger, which I kind of would like to avoid doing that because it sounds like a lot of work. It probably is a lot of work. There. So now we've got some scalloped edges. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. And because this was not stored in a little jar, we've got this little kind of goofy wrinkled edge anyway, so that's the edge that I'm cutting off because I don't want that part on my nail anyway. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to pronounce that all together or if it's supposed to be like Maya ZRH, but hello. Take the day off work and go to the zoo. Yes, I've done that before, especially because here in Minnesota, the closest zoo to me, like we have a big zoo down in, it's maybe Apple Valley or something, but we have a slightly smaller zoo over in St. Paul, and that zoo, Como, also has a conservatory. So, you know, outside they have these ponds with water lilies in them. Inside they have all these tropical plants and, you know, cool stuff. They've got an Amazon area that's like freaking a rainforest with, you know, you go in there and it's always like steamy. And I mean, obviously it's hot around my birthday. It's always hot around my birthday. You can exclamation point weather to see how hot it is right now. But the conservatory is also wonderful to go to like in the dead of a Minnesota winter and you're sitting here freezing your butt off and you go to this conservatory and you go in and it's like you just get hit in the face with all this warmth and oxygen. It's so lovely. Yeah. Yeah, that is true, C4, but I try to make sure they know I don't like expect anything on my birthday. Like, I mean, I don't know. Presents are for kids. I mean, not always, but there's nothing I need that I would consider like a present I would want somebody to give me. If that makes sense. You know, it's either like more expensive things than I would ever expect a present of, or just stuff that I would prefer to pick out myself. So I'm gonna get started on the strips. I actually did buy, let me show you guys. I've got 2 of these. These I ordered off Amazon, and then I have another set that I bought at a church sale. They're technically like herb cutting scissors. They've got 5 blades, all cutting together, but I'm not pleased with how narrow of a strip they give, or rather, the strips that they produce are wider than I would prefer. Gift cards, yeah. Well, and 2, it's like, you know, I'll admit I kind of follow the same rule myself with other people. Like, I don't want to get you a gift just to get you a gift, and then it's just something kind of dumb that you're not even interested in. Like, if I see something that is particularly like, oh my god, such and such would love this, or if it's something like a couple years ago I baked my brother a batch of his favorite cookies for his birthday, but I feel like dumb gifts don't even, I don't know, that it's not a very nice sentiment to me to just get somebody a generic gift, you know, just to let them know that you're thinking of them. My fingers were like trapped in my scissors when I wanted to do air quotes. Like, if you're thinking of them, freaking give them a call or stop by and see them. So instead of using my multi-blade scissors, ooh, Monterey Bear Aquarium. I bet that is beautiful. I went to an aquarium when I was in Chicago and it was pretty cool. These are my, I think I've shown you guys these before. These are my sharpest pair of scissors that I have right now. I have another pair that's like almost just exactly the same, but they're older, they're a little looser, they don't quite get the job done. So what I do is try to just line it up as best I can and start cutting. And part of it is just finding, see, even that's like a little bit wider than I would honestly prefer. Part of it is just finding like a good way to hold the foil so that you can get a couple snips going without having to adjust it every time. And then just kind of being consistent with it. And I'm going to try and pay attention and not... I don't want this, this little gnarly section in here. We're going to just snip that off. That's where the sticker was attached. And continue along. Just trying to keep them very narrow and as straight as I can. Or like as even as I can, so they're like strips and not like wonky triangles. And it's okay if they're not all like exactly the same size, because we can fix some of that just with the way that we apply them on the nail. With the gel, basically whatever is touching the gel is the part that's going to be sticking when you peel everything off. So if you get one that's crooked, if you overlap it with the foil that's right next to it, that's perfectly fine, and the part that's overlapping the next foil won't stick. Only the part that is only the part that's touching the gel is gonna stick. So you can kind of fake it that way. Okay. This, I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by how these look on camera. It's so cool. Hollow spaghetti. Yeah. Of course, when I think spaghetti, I kind of remember like that scribble thing I did. Like, I saw somebody do it on Instagram, and it was another one of those things I was like, I want to try that, and went right away and actually did try it. And it was tougher than I expected. You can do it on like a plastic lid or a plastic paper protector. And I always thought that I should revisit that with a different color, with Holo or something. I did it with black. You basically paint down some of the polish and you start drawing in it with like an orange stick, like scribbling around. And as the polish dried, then you would start to, instead of just moving the polish around, some of the, like, you'd start to be able to see the plastic underneath as the polish got too dry to just flow back from where you were scribbling it. And I'm almost done here, you guys. I'll be able to catch up with chat again. I just want to make sure to, like, that would just be so me to, like, try and glimpse at chat while I'm doing this and, like, cut a finger off. So we're trying to just avoid injury. Alright, couple more here and we'll be done. The last piece is obviously a little bit harder to deal with because there's barely anywhere left for you to safely grip it. Get off of there. Ah! This last little piece. Just cut. Just turn. Okay, forget it. Forget you, last little piece. Okay. Moon Bandit. Hello. Thank you for joining us. We are making holo spaghetti. Or rather, we're done making holo spaghetti. And, where's mine? So, you could try and pick these up with your fingers. You could, if you for some reason wanted to. I've got out my two tweezers. I always kind of like having two on hand because certain things you like the slant tip, and other things the little pointed tip is easier. And I'm trying to remember what I went with last time. If it was the slant tip or the... Of course, my slant tips are a little bit dirty. Let's clean these off before we get started. Oh, have you, Mom of Noah? Did you like it? What color did you use? We're just gonna... clean these off. Usually doesn't matter if there's nail polish on these because I'm just using them for stuff like peeling off my Simply Peel or stuff like that. But for stuff like this, you kind of more want the clean tips. Should even maybe just do these just a little bit in case I change my mind and want them. And I debated for a while, like, if I wanted to do a base color and if I wanted to lay the strips in base coat or top coat. And I decided I'm skipping the base color because I feel like a black would be really obvious if there are gaps. I feel like a white would be really obvious with gaps. The actual, I mean, your nails are almost kind of like a neutral background. I feel like the black or the white would be more obvious than just your nail showing through. Ribbons. Thank you. And welcome. I'm so tickled, you guys. I seriously am. I'm so glad that I decided to stream. I mean, it crossed my mind to not stream on my birthday, but it's so much fun. I couldn't think of any good reason not to. Especially since, like I said, I gotta have something on my nails. We're just giving them a swipe down with polish remover before we get started. We're actually almost about to start doing our nails here. And yeah, 2:44. So we actually are managing to get started on the manicure before an hour of dorking around on stream. The strips were part of the manicure too, to be fair. I mean, I always, when I'm doing stuff like that or working with decals, I prefer to get everything ready before I start with my base coat and anything else. And speaking of decals, I would love to do another staggered gradient soon. Cutting these strips reminds me of that. And I've got several ideas of what I want to do next. So really the only problem would be picking which idea to do. I almost did a rainbow staggered gradient for Pride Month last month. We were doing so many rainbow manicures, but I may just do that. I mean, I like rainbows all year round. I mean, you know, Pride or not. My friends saw my banner on my YouTube channel. They were like, "Oh, did you turn it rainbow for Pride Month?" And I was like, it hadn't even crossed my mind. I was like, no, it's always a rainbow. Because, I mean, it's all about color therapy. And, I mean, I guess I don't call it that very often. But, I mean, in my head, that's kind of what, you know, having a nice manicure is. That's part of it, is just... For me, it actually literally does affect my mood. If I have a manicure that I like, no matter what else is going on, I can look down and be like, my nails look good. It shouldn't, because acetone dries really quick, so like the tweezers are already dry, my nails are already dry, and although we are using gel polish, we're not using straight gel. So even if they weren't fully dry now, they will be by the time I get to them. I think the foil, you know, Actually, I wonder. Let's take one of these scraps and see how this reacts to acetone, because that actually just gave me an excellent idea, Dino. Okay, or maybe not. I was thinking maybe it would just dissolve. Let's see how the other side reacts. No, neither side seems to particularly care about the acetone, which I'm kind of surprised that the other side doesn't. Nail foils are basically two layers. The shiny layer and the plastic layer that it's attached to. And I'm kind of surprised that the shiny layer does not appear to dissolve in polish remover. I'm not completely shocked, but I'm a little bit surprised. So, like, one mistake that you might think when you're working with foils is that you want to put the shiny side down. You don't. You actually want to put the shiny side up. Like, you want to put this boring side on your nail so that you can see the shininess, and then that's also the side the plastic is on. We're going to peel that off. We've got some things to do before we get there. So, we've got our nails clean, and although we're working with gel polish, I'm not a fan of gel removal. As often as I change my nails, and just in general, the only time I would really consider a gel manicure is if I was on vacation for longer than a week. I could probably get a regular manicure with real non-peelable base coat to last a week. Excuse me, a couple years ago when I was gone for like 2 weeks in a row, I did do a gel manicure because I was just like, well, I need it to last, and that's kind of the point of gel. But for today, we're going to be using Madame Glam's Peel Off Base Coat. I had this suggested to me by a couple people. I've had mixed results with it, but my results with it when using gel have been mostly good. So this should be good. That's weird, Dinosaur. Must just be... See, it's kind of like how Seche Vite doesn't work for some people, though. Your body must just not like that. Something about that gel formula. I'm painting this on, and I'm trying to make this a thick layer. But I'm also trying not to go all the way to my sides and not all the way to my cuticle. I want to kind of seal it in when I add on the gel, which will be both adhering the foils and sealing the foils. But this does, like, it's the opposite of Ready for Takeoff. Ready for Takeoff, I feel like, works better with a thinner coat. And this doesn't have a name other than Peel Off Base Coat, but this definitely works better with a thicker coat of the base coat and of the manicure. Like, when I did some tests with it, it worked best actually with actual gel polish. When I tried it with regular polish, it was very, very meh, very disappointing. And when I tried it with glitter polish, it was okay, but still not as good as with the gel. But it was a lot better than just the regular polish, and I think a lot of that was due to, it was a pretty thick layer of glitter. So, and this will take a minute to dry, but not too bad, I don't think. I don't think I've used this at all since I did the tests. Like, I had a lot of people that were curious how it worked, in comparison to Ready for Takeoff. Because Ready for Takeoff seems to be kind of one of the go-to peel-off base coats. I mean, there's a lot out there. I was really, at the beginning of this year, I was very, very fed up with Ready for Takeoff. I had a couple times when I just had peelies pop off long before I wanted them. They just want to breathe. Yeah, and there are so many gel brands. I can only imagine that they're as different as, you know, regular polish brands. And I don't have a ton of experience with any of them. I mean, really, I've only ever used 2 brands of gel polish. This Madame Glam, and prior to that, I had picked up some pink shellac for use with, like the pigments, the chrome pigments. Chrome is what made me give in and jump on the gel bandwagon, because when I saw the chrome pigment, I was just like, ooh, my girl. I need that in my life. And I, like, literally the same day as I saw it, I went online, I purchased a bunch of gel polish, I purchased the chrome pigment, I purchased a lamp, and I did quite a few. I'm trying to remember the last time I used any of it. And I can't, so that's kind of not good. But I'm still glad that I did it. It's a different kind of nail art, I feel like. Just everything that goes into it, and the fact that you've got to, like, cure it and everything, and I don't know. It's not something that I have the urge to do, like, every day, but it is something that I'm willing to do to get the chrome and those kind of fancy pigments. Some of the pigments that I've seen, I'm really not impressed with. I'm like, that doesn't look that much different or better from, you know, a duochrome polish or something like that. But the true mirror pigments, definitely are a thing to behold. Let's get a little closer here. As we're gonna get into the actual application of the foils once this base coat dries. Oh, it never lasts longer than 12 hours for you, Stephanie. Yeah, see, the thing that really frustrates me with it is that it's inconsistent. A couple weeks ago, I had a manicure with it that lasted a full week, and I was literally, like, shocked. Excuse me. My throat just went, like, abruptly dry. But most of the time, I'd say my average wear with it is like 2 to 3 days. And the 3rd day can be pushing it. And it can depend on a lot of things. It can depend on how much water you're around, how much oil you're around, or, you know, stuff like that. Like, styling my hair or going swimming can be, you know, very detrimental. But I also, for some reason, I couldn't even tell you specifically why, I love having peelies. They're fun to peel off. They're kind of fun to, like, collect. Like, I've got probably a lot of people that do use it have the bag of peelies. And I think part of it is that I'm never quite satisfied with how a camera, either picture or even a video, really captures a manicure. So while yes, of course, you have the you technically have your pictures and stuff to go back to, having the actual peely is different. Maybe one day, Dino. I'm actually, okay, this is so bad. I'm not sure where it is right now, if you need any evidence of how disorganized I am. And so I've got, like, my last few manicures worth of peelies are in weird places. Like, oh, I did move it over there where it's safer. The OMG comparison peelies are sitting on the lid with some of the Drip Drop Lava Blobicure testing. And the stamping peelies are sitting on the table next to my TV, just on top of a napkin. I need to find my bag so that I can actually add things to the bag. Yeah, hand washing can do it. And I've tried to, if you want to give it a try again, Stephanie, my tip would be kind of like I'm trying to do here. Even more with gel, because gel seems like it wants to pop off more because it seems to cure harder than a regular polish ever dries. I try to, like, seal the whole thing in with your top coat or with your regular polish. So, like, I really try to, where's an orange stick so I can use it as a pointer? Like, make sure to leave a little bit of a gap with the peel off base at the cuticle so that you can seal that. and I make sure to get like around the sides and tip of my nail and wrap those really well, with mixed-ish results, but in my head it helps, and it certainly can't hurt. So that's what I do. I think I think this is about dry. Peelies scattered like rose petals. No, well, I was gonna say no, but actually, from where I'm sitting, looking right down there, I can see at least 4 of the peelies from my patriotic fan brush manicure on the floor. And speaking of my disorganization, I almost at the last minute had to change my plans today. I pulled out my nail lamp and I was like, shit, where's the cord? I thought the cord was inside it and it wasn't, and I was like, this may be a problem. And I vaguely remembered like pulling it out on stream a couple weeks ago to kind of like show it and answer some questions, and I was like, well, okay, I must have pulled the cord out at that time. Where did the cord go? What logical place did I stick the cord that I now cannot find it? Very difficult to be a medical professional and keep a manicure. Ribbons knows all about that. Pink hollow foil with a pink linear under. Yeah, when I've done it before, I have, well, not the strips, but when I've done foil manicures before, I often have used a complementary or similar base color, because like I said, the problem that I've always had when using foil glue is getting that even adhesion. So then if you have a spot where the foil doesn't quite stick, instead of just having like a really obvious gap, you at least have a similar color underneath. I am sure that happens at some point, sunburnt, when like if I'm out and about shopping or something, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I lost a peelie somewhere in Target. Music Gal, here I will show you. What you've missed is making hollow spaghetti and applying our Madame Glam peel off base. So not very much so far. We're just waiting to make sure it's fully dry. I think it's pretty dry, but I also do feel like it stays better and peels better if I make sure that it's fully dry and not like still moist, tacky. So, but I'm just about to, thank you, Musical. Braided hollow foil mani somewhere. Well, okay, you know, that actually wouldn't be that hard. I can show you this. Well, not that hard. If you just get them, start doing like a, God, sometimes picking them up is actually the hardest part, you guys. I should probably divide these somehow into like wider ones and skinnier ones. But what you want to do is start doing like that braided pattern like that. And I think you could probably, I think you see where I'm going with this. Like that. And continue that up and down the nail. Would look kind of braided. Or maybe, do I want to alternate that? Should this one? I don't know. Something like that. But today we're not going to be quite that complicated. Let's just order these a little bit. Well, maybe not. God, and the ends that I thought were going to be curved. I don't know about this, you guys. We might have to go to my secondary backup plan, which is, how do I want to explain this? With a couple colors. Yes. I mean, like, if you had 3 colors, that would look more like a braid than just, like, what it was. My other idea, since my moderately curved edges... Hi, Coney. Happy birthday. Oh. My other thought was be very neat with how I apply the gel. Do a very nice, neat, round gel application, and in theory it should only stick to the gel and I should still get a round edge. Because I really, like I said, I could try and trim them individually. I'm honestly not feeling that solution, to be completely honest with you guys. I'm just trying to spread these out a little bit. They get to be almost kind of hard to see and look at. I think the solution here is just to get started and see what happens. Get some hollow streaks. Yeah, maybe I'll have to add that. A hair pictures channel in Discord. So, my lamp is right here. I thought I kind of might be able to... In fact, actually, let me see if I can just do this. Ah, that might be good. Let's, there we go. Especially since Bean isn't here. Alright. Now we have, what is this damn thing? LED lamp cam. A fire-colored gradient. Somebody please tell her that sounds freaking awesome. Okay. So my lamp is a little bit small. I mean, I could fit my whole hand in there, but as I've explained before, because your thumb, like when you stick your whole hand in, the thumb is facing sideways and the lights are all coming from the top. So it's hard to get the thumb to cure properly if you put it in there with all the fingers. So what I usually do is 4 fingers, and then 2 thumbs, and the thumbs go in there together, and everybody's happy. We're gonna get started. We're just gonna cross our fingers that this all works the way I want it to work. Oh, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why. I feel nervous about this. I'm gonna flip a few more of these over. I don't want to be nervous when I'm doing this because it's gonna make my hands all unsteady, and then it's gonna make placing all these foils even harder. I just really thought that my idea with using my rounded cuticle scissors was really good, and it turns out you barely can freaking tell. But that's often the way with polish, isn't it, you guys? Alright, at least hopefully if I get these turned over, some of the ones that I can see, I can place in some of the trickiest little areas. We'll see here. Oh, they're hard to turn over, you guys. This will also save me time, though. This is not just a delay tactic. This will save me time once I'm placing them actually on the nail. Oh my god, and some I placed like the right side up and they just immediately flip back over. I wish that they would just stay right side up when I'm trimming them, but they appear to tend to flutter as they go down to whatever. I mean, you don't have to have something to hold them, but I always find when I'm working with strips and stuff, like, you don't just want them laying all over your workspace. Okay. Keep sitting here while they do stuff. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Coney. Even though you can't hear me, but thank you. Man. Excuse me, you guys. I may possibly, now that I'm thinking about it, God, my voice. I may possibly have slightly overdone it yesterday. Slightly. I was, my Hollow Knight stream was alternately awesome and horrible. I really got stuck quite bad on a particular section for close to an hour. This is Madame Glam's Soak Off No Wipe Top Gel. I thought about sticking these in a base gel, but I realized that because I didn't get the, or because I did get the peel-off base, I didn't buy a regular base from Madame Glam. So, which one of these do I want to use? Let's try with the slant first. We're gonna start kind of like we did when we were placing our nail vinyls right down the middle. Look at that. Gem in the holograms. I love Gem in the holograms. I didn't used to get to watch it very often, so it was always like a treat. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed watching the VOD, Sunburnt. That section really kind of pissed me off because I kept feeling like, oh, this is the one, this is the one, this is the one, and then it wasn't the one. And, yeah, it was just kind of frustrating. I'm just looking at my options here, looking to see if I have a good one. Let's place this one next. And, ooh! Jerry! Jerry, that's a fucking gigantic amount of bits. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Not in the creepy way. Aw, Jerry. I'm a risk saying this with ribbons in the chat, but I love you too, man. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Coney, thank you. Yes, and I feel like Jerry, you have like dumbfounded me and baffled me and stolen my words from me, but like for the best reason. Thank you so much. The football emotes, if you guys are seeing that pop up, are special for the World Cup, and you get some special little soccer ball emotes, and Jerry's extraordinarily generous cheer has unlocked that for anybody else. If you cheer even one bit, you can get some extra emotes. Right, Moon? I'm like, whoa. Thank you, Ribbons. Oh my goodness. Bye, Coney. I'm waving to Coney. Somebody tell her. Because she can't hear us. Oh my god. I'm so fucking... Jerry, you have derailed the stream with your awesomeness. But luckily for everyone, it's fine because gel polish doesn't dry until you stick it under the lamp. So we've got plenty of time. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like I should say it like 5,000 times because that's so fucking many bits. Oh my god. And of course, Ninja comes in 30 seconds late. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Jerry fucking gift, man. Ginormous Jerry gift. Oh my god, Jerry gift. Oh. Jerry has like literally blown my mind. And I'm got such a big dumb grin on my face. I could feel those smile muscles already like starting to cramp up because I can't even fucking stop smiling. Oh no. Oh shit. Did you get... I just took such a deep breath that I blew away some of the hollow spaghetti. Okay, it's not a disaster. Most of them are still here, you guys. Oh my goodness. And now we have a subscription. Musical, thank you. Oh my god. Okay, no more deep breaths. Deep breaths are bad when there's hollow spaghetti around. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Musical. Oh. Oh! Keep it together, Colette. Oh my god. Okay, I think that's all the ones I can salvage. Some of them might have blown like behind my monitor. Oh my goodness. That Megan is hosting me. I think that must be an auto host because she doesn't usually stream on Saturday. But thank you, Megan, for even having me on your auto host list. Oh, you're here. You are here. Thank you, Megan. Everybody, Megan is awesome. Jerry's awesome too. Some of you guys got to see how awesome Megan was. And Jerry's so awesome too. I should have done this like when you gave me that awesome gift. But I was dumbfounded. Oh, you said happy birthday up there. I'm sorry, Megan. Thank you. I'm excellent. I am baffled. My friend RPG Jerry there just completely baffled me with the huge birthday bits gift, and then Musical gave me a subscription and blew my mind again, and then you hosted me and blew my mind for a third time. We're trying to get this hollow spaghetti here on my nails. We're not making much progress, but like right now it's kind of fine. Cause I mean, we're here for nails, but we're also here for entertainment, and I'm guessing people are probably entertained by seeing me lose my shit. A cake. That's great, Ribbons. It is. Oh my god. Let's see. What is my heart rate? I've got a Fitbit. Oh, come on. What? You're not in the right spot? I'm lucky I don't have a heart rate monitor. Y'all be like, are you okay? Are you gonna have a heart attack on stream? Oh my god. Okay. You guys, we're gonna do a manicure. But oh my god. Thank you again to everybody for everything. All the things. You know what? I'm all this moving around and dilly-dallying. I'm just noticing I actually used quite a bit too much gel polish on this nail. I got a little bit of pooling around my cuticle, so I'm just gonna hit that up with an orange stick. And yeah, that'll be a little better. You don't want to get gel polish on your skin, you guys. It's bad for you, and it's hot under the lamp. Okay. Let's need you to come do your nails. Your nails usually look really good, Megan. I'm surprised because you use your hands a lot, so I'm kind of surprised and impressed by your ability to keep a nice manicure. Okay. So you see, you guys, we've got this right snugged up next to the other foil, like as close as we can get it. Oh. You've been meaning to for a while, Musical. Well, thank you. It's a good time to do it. I mean, oh. Gel changed your life. I don't use gel very often. I'm using it now because it helps the foils to keep shinier. Okay, here. Now this one too. If you guys can see, I know it's kind of hard with all the hollow. We've got a little bit of a gap, so I'm going to try and just slightly scooch it over like that. It can be quite tricky to get these actually lined up properly because your nails are curved and the strips are flat. But a little bit of patience goes a long way with this. I'm also going to see, where is this one? Trying to get a couple with a slight corner angle here. We were trying to earlier cut the strips so that they had an angle so that we would not have a jagged cuticle line with somewhat mixed results. There, that's pretty good. And just slight nudge with the orange stick. Oh my goodness. Yeah, with the well, you know, Megan, you're supposed to use gloves and have a respirator when you're messing around with all that resin. Megan does resin keycaps for keyboards, and they are awesome. You know, I wonder, Megan, actually, if you could stick some of this inside the keycaps. That would be the shit. Because nail foils are so awesome. Okay, I want to nudge this one down just a little bit, if I can. Like that. And then... Okay, now we're ready to move on to the next nail. So this is what's going on all our nails, you guys. Or our nails. All my nails. Do as I say, not as I do. I also say that all the time. It's like, okay, what I'm doing is not the right way to do this. Oh, you wanted to do it while I was live to make me giggle. Well, success, Musical. I feel like I don't even know how to do anything but giggle when people subscribe, because it's so awesome. Or when people donate, or when people... Like, you guys are actually lucky that I'm not just sitting here giggling the whole stream, because, like, the fact that you guys are showing up to watch me and keep me company is so awesome. I don't feel like I can properly communicate the awesomeness of having the support that you guys have given me. It's so awesome to be building I'm overusing that word a lot, but it's so awesome to be building a community of other awesome people and bringing awesome people together in the world, to make the world a better place. Sounds kind of silly, but I kind of do believe that. Like, if you spread awesomeness, you're doing the world a favor. All the gel mistakes you're making, Dinosaur? I'm not a professional, but I'm trying not to be horrible. Yeah, that is nice, and it was especially handy earlier because I was dumbstruck and I I had to giggle for about 5 minutes before I could continue. Yeah, I don't have any mom powers unless you count animals, of which my animal is not here right now. So instead of a beanie cam, we have a empty chair and gel lamp cam. Alright, I'm gonna try and not... I want this to be kind of a thick layer because it's nice for the foils to have something to almost kind of sink into, but I don't want it so thick as that pinky where it kind of started to flow down by my cuticle. Okay, so I've got a couple laid out here. And actually, they're not as in camera as I thought they were. I apologize for that. But what we're gonna do is, just like with the last one, we're gonna wait. That one's got a little bit of an angle to it. We're gonna find a flat one. We're gonna pick it up. And we're gonna start right down the middle of the nail. I like starting in the middle because I feel like it helps me keep the sides even. Well, that's not perfectly in the middle, but it's good enough. I also would one day like to just do a manicure like with a black base and a hollow stripe right down the middle. I cut the strips, Megan. I cut them at the beginning of stream before I started with the rest. A little bit tricky and like trying to keep them similar widths, but I think they turned out okay. It kind of helps because I can kind of pick what I want for a given nail or a given situation. if they're slightly different widths. Like I try to keep the skinniest ones on my pinky and some of the wider ones saved for my thumb. And then when I get it in there, I'll just nudge it just a bit with the orange stick. Just make sure it's right close up in there. There we go. Alright, now on this other side, we'll use this one. And this is one of those ones I was talking about. It's not quite completely even, so I'm going to try and overlap it just a tiny bit to make it appear even on the nail. Oh, feel it. This, if you want to feel like you're an old lady and like your hands are shaky and out of your control, just do some shit like this. 'Cause, God, I feel so shaky. And I'm trying not to worry a ton about the cuticle line. We kind of discussed it, you guys. Yeah, I'm sure AliExpress has some. Even Amazon has them pretty cheap. The one thing about Amazon I was saying earlier, Megan, is that you have to be careful because most of them are, if you're looking for something particular, most of them are grab bag style. You know, you get 10 or 20. Usually they'll come in like a little kind of jar like this of foil, but they're usually a random selection on Amazon. So if you want something particular, there are other sites that, actually that's not quite wide enough. Which one do I want to use here? Other sites where you can buy them individually if there's a particular color that you want. I want a slightly wide one with a slightly curved side. And I'm not seeing one. I think for this one, we are going to trim this one just a bit. Like that. I'm trying not to be overly worried about the cuticle line. Oh, come here. Picking these suckers up is hard too, but like here, I think that'll really help to stick it in there. Like that. There we go. And that's kind of a wider piece, but that kind of just, I mean, it doesn't detract from the design. I kind of think it adds to the design, in fact. And I want to do the same thing, I think, with this one. I'm going to cut off a bit of the corner. Like that. Shaky with excitement from all the bits. I honestly am. Oh no! I did it again, you guys! I don't think you even saw it that time. Okay. We're going to have to collect these again. So actually, let me finish placing this one. And I want it, I mean, they're pretty much, you know, all touching the gel. If you see any spot where it looks like it might be slightly raised up, maybe give it a little bit of attention. Instead of doing all four of my nails, I'm going to go ahead and cure these two so that I don't have any accidents. And how long do I need to cure this? Because I don't remember. 30 seconds they claim. So we'll stick those in there, and while those are curing, we will try to collect our strips again. I really need to quit. I mean, I didn't realize I breathed that hard, honestly, you guys. But I keep blowing these all over the whole desk. Yeah, they stay in position pretty well. I think part of it is just being live. I tend to get nervous. There, they should be well in position now. For this particular technique, I do usually cure them slightly longer than is recommended on the bottle, because the the foils are in between the light and the polish. So I feel like it takes a little bit longer than just a plain manicure would to cure. So I'm gonna do each of the. I'm gonna do my other two nails, and then I'm gonna cure them for 30 seconds, and then I might cure all four of them for an additional 30 seconds. So super brave. Yeah, I maybe should do them as I go. I try to go for the brave route sometimes. Kind of like when I'm playing Hollow Knight, actually. Yeah, these are gonna look good. I mean, the turquoise ones were awesome, but these are good, and really, like the cuticles, I'm not mad at so far. So let's pull out a couple before we get started. That's probably a good idea. These crooked ones frustrate me so much. Oh, I feel like I'm finally... Yeah, the Hollow Knight. When I told my mom, Jerry, that's what she thought it was, except instead of that kind of night, she thought it was like evening night. She was like, oh, the Hollow Knight, huh? I feel like my heartbeat is finally going back to like a normal pace. So hopefully my hands will stop shaking anytime here too. Okay. Come on here. Like I said, you can pick them up with your fingers. They like to stick to your fingers, so sometimes that's good, and sometimes it's super irritating. Alright. So, get this layer... Wait, who's allergic to gel? The Hollow Squires. Oh, Musical is allergic to gel. Yeah, I mean, I would have to guess, like I've said before, I'm super not a scientist, but I would have to guess that gel is even more full of chemicals than regular polish. And so many regular polishes are trying to take out so many of the chemicals, but obviously if it dries with a light, something's going on there. Some type of stuff. And I know some people even are very sensitive to the light. The like the LED or the UV lamp. So, I mean, that might... I don't know how different UV polishes and LED polishes really are from each other. Or some of them work under both, and I don't understand how that works either. But maybe if you're allergic to one, the other one would be less bad for you? Maybe? Okay. Let's get this one. And you guys, I think, can see why I chose this to be my birthday manicure, because it's freaking awesome! Even though it is a little bit fussy, but I enjoy sometimes these kind of super fussy manicures. It's like I have the patience for it. Can we... There. This one here, I feel like... And some of the stuff I'm messing with, I think, is not even completely coming across on camera because of how these hollows are, like, washing out my whole camera. You know what? I don't like that one. We're gonna ditch that one and use this one instead after we straighten out this one. Very minor adjustments. But I think this is better. There we go. Oof! I shot you a glare through chat, Jerry. This is possible. This is quite possible. Okay. I always feel like my my middle finger and my ring finger are the same size, but these strips are telling me otherwise. I also feel like it's slightly crooked here. Are we going crooked? This one is. It's pull it straight. Pull this one. There's my smaller tweezers. Grabbing them once they're on your nail is also, I mean, it's possible, but it's tricky, again. There. Okay, let's... That's a very skinny one. Yeah, I wish I could find a pair of the multi-blade scissors that's a little bit smaller, or that the blades are a little bit closer together, rather. Because, like, if you look at a regular scissor blade, it's actually, like, pretty wide. And, there must be a way to make them skinnier, just depending on, like, what, I mean, I'm assuming it's for strength, so maybe you would have to use, like, a different kind of alloy to have vastly skinnier, blades. But something with a blade the width of, like, more like my cuticle scissors than a blade the width of, like, my regular scissors would be nice to have for cutting multiples. Let's cut the corners off of these again, because that worked well. Kind of awkward, but well. Oops. There. And the other one. Come on, get off my finger. Like that. So many foils. I can't wait to see what you do with them, Megan. I mean, I think when I watch you, I feel like your process is kind of like mine. Like, you'll be going along and you're doing something and all of a sudden you see something else and it's like, you can practically see the inspiration just like popping off in your head, like, as it happens. And that's something that happens to me too, especially when I'm streaming and somebody will make, like, you know, an innocent comment and it'll just, like, send my brain in a completely different direction than where I was initially headed. And then it's like keeping myself together enough to not get fully distracted and fully sidetracked and actually, you know, continue what I was planning to do and not get sidetracked by the new inspiration. This is not, go like right here. The side ones can be the trickiest, because that's where the cuticle curves more, and that's also where if it's too wide, you know, it like lifts up a little bit toward the edge. Like a mustache scissors. I actually have a pair of mustache scissors. Where are they? But yeah, if I had a multiple one, I was showing you guys earlier, like, I have this thing, but, like, you could see the blades are thick and there's even a little bit of extra space in between the blades. So I can get, and I would want one, like, the foil is so delicate, you need a sharp pair of scissors to cut it cleanly. I feel like those are not that sharp. The new ones that I got at a church sale might be, but those initial pair that I bought are not sharp enough to actually properly cut this in multiple strips the way it's, like, intended to be done. Okay, we're gonna do our index finger, and then, you guys, we're gonna start seeing the magic. I mean, it's already, you're already seeing quite a bit of magic. But you're going to see even more magic in a minute here. 3D printing custom scissors. That would be so cool. That 3D printer that you have, Megan, I think is one of the coolest things. Just, I mean, even just in the few weeks that I've been watching you, all the different things that you've been able to use it for. It's like... And the technology itself, like, I mean, they can freaking 3D print houses now. Like, how cool is that? Alright. Get this in the center. The center one's very important because it guides you on all the others. And then we'll do this one. A little bit of overlap there. That's okay. So like I said, the overlap won't really matter once it's cured. Or it shouldn't matter once it's cured. Let's do this one. And it'll only be like another minute or so before you guys will be able to see for yourself why it doesn't matter. And I feel like I feel like this is even harder to keep up with chat than some of my other streams, so I do apologize, you guys, that I'm getting a little bit behind in what y'all are chatting about. Okay. I feel like we need to get you just there we go. Get a nice clean cuticle. Alright, so we'll do those two for 30 seconds. And I think I'm doing pretty good. The one thing I was slightly worried about was if I would run out of foils, especially after those 2 episodes of blowing the foils away. Oh, yes, a 3D printed house painted dinosaur. They it's like obviously gigantic, and it's like loaded with cement, and it just like it does the thing, and it's really cool. So okay, so now all 4 nails have been cured as much as they say it should be cured. Like I said, I want to cure it a little bit extra because the foil is slightly interfering with that. 3D print human DNA? I don't know about going down that path, Ninja. I mean, or no, that was Barbie that said that. I don't know about that, Barbie. I mean, I've heard that too. Not DNA, but like 3D printing organs, which is kind of like good idea or horrible idea. Are we about to, you know, start 3D printing whole humans? Get off of me. Okay. So, I've got those couple there. I'm just gonna leave them there, because they don't want to get up. We've got our little trash lid. And now for the cool part. Now that our second 30-second cure is done. Skull deformity. So basically they print him a piece of skull and then like stick... I don't know. It's cool, but on the other hand, it's also a little bit weird. So, like I said before, the foils are like a 2-piece thing. Megan, I think if you were using them for like keys and stuff, you probably wouldn't have to worry about the plastic. But now we're going to grab and pull off the plastic, and you can see the part that was not stuck on the nail. We've still got a little bit of hollow left on there. And everything on the nail now is completely stuck on there. So we're going to continue just peeling these off. Oh, we got a little tiny spot there. Please stick. Please stick. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fix that if that doesn't want to stick. I'm going to leave that just for a minute and see if I can additionally cure it. Oh, there's another little spot. That's not cool. Okay, now, where is... Okay. I don't even know if you guys could completely see that, but we've got 2 spots on this nail. See right there where we've got a bald spot? Where it didn't fully stick. So I want to use my little tiny small brush, which happens to be dirty, so I'm getting a bit of polish remover. Get this clean. And I'm going to get a little bit of that clear. And I'll dab in there. And then press it down again. Hopefully it'll go right in the spot it's supposed to go. I don't know if this will work. I've not had to do this before. Come on. Sorry, you can't see you guys. There. We'll see how that works in a minute. We'll see if we have any other little spots that need a little bit of polish surgery. My nail is flashing you. Mama Noah gonna go broke on AliExpress. You could. I'm tempted to. Let's see. Let's just cure this pinky real quick so we can see if that actually works. Otherwise, I think I'll maybe try that candy cane. The underwear. I saw some pop up the other day on Pinterest, Megan. They were like, amazing, great underwear. I'm like, who pins underwear? But they did look really comfortable. Dr. Crotron, hello. You did not miss the stream. Oh, you missed... What? No, you were here last night. And you're here today. Okay, that worked horribly, actually, you guys. Because I know exactly why, too. It fixed one problem and created another problem. Okay, we're not doing that again. I'm glad I finished it before I tried doing it again. I know exactly what I did wrong, actually. And if I had been less distracted, I would have thought of it before I slightly jacked up that nail. Semi-lurking. You know, all lurkers are welcome here, Candy. Lurkers make the world go round. The Holy Grail underwear. My mom has a pair that she really likes, and she like went to their website to order it, and they were like gone, but then she like emailed their customer service and they were like, oh, we still have a few in such and such warehouse. And she like, you know, went through all this to find and order like the last pairs of these underwear that she loves. Okay. That one peeled off a lot cleaner. We still got a couple little spots. Almost hard to see in the midst of all the holo there. But overall, these are coming off pretty well, and that's why I tried to just make sure that I had pressed them down as well as I could before I did the curing part. Most of them are coming off really nice. Yeah, of course, those were also the first two nails that I did. So I'm probably getting better as I go along. Look at that one is just about flawless. Wow! Great. Okay, so... In fact, you know what? I don't know why I even tried that, because I think I tried the other way the last time I did it, and it worked fine, so I don't know why I didn't just do it that way again. Okay, so, get off my tweezer. After removing the foils, we have a couple spots where we need to do surgery, but, I mean, this is what's up. This is what's up. Let me just... You see in this camera? Not as well. But I think you can see just a little bit of the, like... It's alive on your nails. Okay, so when I tried to do that other little trick... Well, it wasn't... It failed, so it wasn't actually a trick. My thought was... Stick the exact part that did not stick in the first place. But it didn't occur to me, you're not going to be able to get it only specifically on that. You're going to get some on the regular plastic, and then the plastic is going to pull up what's already there. So, we're once again going to use the small, tiny brush, and we're going to paint it in these same little areas, and I hear somebody doing something. Dr. Croton! My first actual regular donation of not bits. Thank you so much for the donation and for the happy birthday. Oh, You guys are all so nice. I love all you guys. I really do. So this time, yeah, I'm distracted again. You guys know it. I'm trying to play it off like I'm cool, like I'm a pro streamer, but you guys know I just want to like giggle and act a fool. 'Cause, oh my goodness, I don't know. It blows my mind. I mean, who doesn't have the dream if they start streaming of, oh my god, one day I'm gonna have a stream that's so awesome. But my realistic expectations were like, that's not actually gonna happen because that just doesn't happen for most people. But like I've had so much more support than I expected, and it's just so great. And Ninja misses it again. Your 7-year-old just said it's mesmerizing. Aw. You're on your way from California to Minnesota, Megan? I'm gonna try and pick strips that are similar to the size strips that are already here, so that it's not like super obvious that there's been a repair done here. We'll see how it goes. So we're gonna stick that one there. And I think this one, yeah, this one can go right here. The pinky's gonna be a little messed up, y'all. Not messed up enough that I'm gonna like redo it, but messed up enough that we'll all know that it's janky. And then we're gonna stick this right here. Alright. And we've got just a little bit of polish surgery on the ring finger. And I think I might actually use some of the leftovers for this. Like the leftover has this little bit just right on the end right there. I'm gonna go ahead and stick that right there. And a little piece right here. And then we're going to move on to the next hand. And if you guys thought I had trouble placing these things straight on my left hand with my right hand, oh, you just wait until we get to placing them on my right hand with my left hand. Clip for you is broken again. Ninja, I think just everything is broken for you. Can you at least see emotes today? I love that. We should put that on a t-shirt. Go ahead and giggle. It's your birthday, so you can totally do that. Giggling should be related to birthdays. If you're not happy enough to giggle, you're not doing it right. Well, I shouldn't say that. You don't have to have giggles on your birthday for it to be an awesome birthday, but I think it helps. Alright, are we in frame here? Let's see how our surgery turned out here. We just did one 30-second cure, because I'm lazy. And, there! Wow! I'm impressed with that. I didn't think it was going to turn out that good. I mean, there's still a couple little rough spots, but like, the one I did right here, I literally can't even see where I patched it. Okay, that's the official method. That one didn't turn out quite as clean, but still pretty good. I think what it kind of looks like with the repair is it kind of looks like what would happen if you used a crinkled foil. Or it could even also... Okay, let's actually... Okay, I lied. We're going to try one more thing. And I'm debating how I want to do it. Let's use the regular brush here. And I'm gonna... Okay, more polish than that. I don't want to overload it with polish. Okay, we're going to just lay down some complete new strips. This might be a bad idea. Or it might cover up all the mess ups. We will see. Alright, there's 1, 2, and yeah, let's do 1 more on the very edge here. Do I have a skinny one over here? Like this one. 3. Where did my orange stick go? Okay, use a different orange stick. Good thing about having, the only good thing about having a disaster of a desk is when I lose something, there's probably something else right next to it that I can replace it with. Should I? Let's do 1 more. Like right here. Okay. Like this one here. I hope this works, because I'm giving up strips that I may need to attempt this. So I hope that it's worth the attempt. Okay. Cure that. We'll hope that 30 seconds is enough. I think, too, that the silver... I mean, these things aren't transparent, but I think the light is getting through them a little bit better than when I did it with the turquoise version. If I did the black holo strips, I think I would maybe even have more trouble with the actual curing. Wait a minute, now that you think about it, you might already have some foils. Somewhere in that workspace, I can completely relate, Megan. I mean, you can't see as much of my workspace as I can see of yours, but like next to me is a Helmer full of nail polish. Over on the other side of the room is a Helmer full of nail polish. The bookcase is mostly full of shoe boxes full of nail polish. All the sub buttons disappeared for you the other day, Moon Bandit. That's weird. Oh, you mean you can giggle other times? Yes, that's also good. Alright, let's see if we fixed this or screwed it up further. I think we fixed it. Oh, okay, 1 more. Oh, no! We fixed it and we messed it up at the same time. Can you guys see? Right here? Okay, we have to fix it 1 more time and then we're moving on. 1 more last fix. Yeah, yes, not just 1 Helmer. I currently have 3 Helmers and I have 4 to put together because my shoe boxes are kind of out of control. Well, that'll be enough, I think. We'll use the tiny brush for this. Oh, and we'll try to be much cleaner on our right hand than we turned out to be on our left hand. Alright. I just picked that up. Where did it go? I lost it. Okay. How about this? Okay, not that one. Not the right size. I just need a little skinny bit. Like, oh wait, is this it? No, that's not it. What the heck? Okay, we'll just use this one over here. Alright, last fix. For real this time. I hope. Oh. Take notes in disaster plan notebook. Yeah, what is in your emergency pack for the end of the world? All my holos. No, it's not excessive, Megan. It's perfect. I mean, there's the Helmer drawers are like the perfect size for nail polish, and for the amount of space that they take up, it's much more efficient than any other solution that I've found. I mean, maybe for some people, why is this stuck? There we go. There. I don't know if that looks any better than when I started fixing it, but I'm satisfied with that for now. Like the shoe boxes, if you have like a moderately sized nail polish collection, shoe boxes are probably fine. But like when you get to a large collection of, I'd say over a couple hundred bottles, the Helmer is definitely where it's at. Oh, just having one for nail polish feels excessive. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Megan, my collection is currently at approximately... I can't even really approximate because my spreadsheet isn't updated. I have enough nail polishes that I need a spreadsheet, number one. And I have over 3,000 bottles. So anybody else, you probably don't have to feel as bad as I do. Because that is perhaps a bit excessive. But it's a collection. Now see here, this one I squeezed a bit too hard in the middle. I feel like that's what some of the messed up areas on my nail look like. So that's... I mean, it's not as cool and smooth as like the index and the ring finger. Or the index and the ring finger. The index and the middle finger. I mean, like, they're all very clean and smooth. But this, I mean, this crinkled pattern, if you wanted that, you could intentionally crinkle your foils just to get that look. The polish stayed with you. I mean, it's... I of all the things that I own, I feel like I would be really disappointed to lose my nail polish because so much of it can't be replaced, is the thing. You know, there's a lot of limited edition stuff or stuff that just isn't made anymore that you could not replace like you could with a white t-shirt. Something like that. Another shelf to cram into your corner. I love the idea of shelves, Musical, but I think even if I had the wall space, which, I mean, I don't, all my walls are basically already in use, I feel like I could line my entire room with shelves and I don't think I'd have enough at this point. You feel better now, good. It's gonna happen, Dinosaur. All at once and in pieces, because I know I've said it before, and I've probably said it enough that you guys are already probably starting to say, oh, it's never going to happen. The collection is going to get swatched, and the swatching is going to happen on stream. And, eventually. I'm not going to say soon, because, I mean, let's be realistic here. But eventually. Excuse me. Again. Alright, I'm picking out a few here. We're gonna get started on the right hand. And I'm probably, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm probably gonna again like do a cure after each 2 nails and then one more additional cure just for like extra goodness. That's probably not the appropriate term. A lot of people don't think that the lamp is good for you at all. I don't think it's bad though. It's very low wattage, especially the LED lamps, compared to the UV lamps. I mean, basically, if you go outside, you're getting more exposure than you would get from a UV lamp, and the LED lamp is even better. Okay, I'm trying to go for some of my skinniest remaining little ones because we're going to be doing our pinky first. My pinky first. I don't know why I always say our. I guess because I just feel like you guys are doing it right here with me. And some of you are. Maybe not exactly this, but a lot of you are doing your nails right there with me, so maybe it's suitable. Alright. We've got our Holo pasta here. Yeah, I know, Miss Strado. I wish... like, I see so many YouTubers, so many of the other YouTubers, and they have, like, a nail polish room, and it's like, I so wish a nail polish in a streaming room would be nice, so that I'm not doing both just in my bedroom. Oh, I didn't see Jerry say bye, but I'm seeing everybody say bye to Jerry, and I see that it's 4. So I will see you later, Jerry, if you're still here. Have fun rebuilding Colony 9, and I will be to see you when we finish this. When I finish this. Okay, I just noticed that this corner is a little bit wonky. Just needs a little trim. God, I don't think even the cuticle scissors can quite get in there. This is a good job for the nipper. I think you can see how it's kind of like bent up at the corner right here? We're just going to sneak right in here and do like that. That's better. It's better for me. You guys might not have been able to see that. Yes, and now RPG Jerry just went live. I just saw a little pop-up. Today is Casual Saturday over on Jerry's channel, and he is playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1, which is an awesome, awesome game. This Manny makes you happy, Dino? I'm happy that it makes you happy. It makes me happy, too. God, stay off my nails. Fingers. Yeah, so many colors. Okay. On to the next pinky. The touch-up of your base colors. Oh, you're going to do a reciprocal gradient accent. So, see, that's cool, too. I should have some time, like, follow my tutorial again with me. And, like, get everybody prepared, like, do like Bob Ross would do, and put all the polishes that you need across the screen, and, like, actually do it with you guys. Or do somebody else's, maybe? I've had a couple people suggest that to me. To do a, like a follow-along of somebody else's tutorial. And I think that would be fun to do sometime. Okay. And when you are using your non-dominant hand, like I said, try to be patient with yourself. A lot of the time, the trick is just finding a comfortable way to do things. Like what's comfortable with your dominant hand may not be the same thing that's comfortable for your non-dominant hand. So don't force that. If you want to hold the brush or the tweezers or whatever in what feels like a weird grip, I mean, if that grip is working for you, then it's not that weird. Then it's a good grip. And I find that most true when I'm doing like stuff with a brush. I definitely do not hold a nail art brush the same in my left hand as I do on my right hand, for whatever reason. Yeah, it would be a little bit more difficult to do somebody else's, because, like, obviously then I couldn't broadcast their video on stream, because, like, copyright. But it would still be fun. I mean, we could all just say, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and right now we're at, 2 minutes into the tutorial, and we're attempting to do whatever it is they're showing us how to do. I follow quite a few nail artists on YouTube still, but I have to confess that I don't spend as much time on there as I used to. I'm much more often on Twitch nowadays. Just even, I mean, aside from streaming, my own viewing habits have changed to watch more Twitch than YouTube. And it wasn't because, like, I lost interest in the people I'm following on YouTube. Like, when I'm on there, I'm like, oh, cool. Sometimes it's actually even better because I can, like, binge watch something. I can, like, watch a whole bunch of whatever. Like, a couple weeks ago, I watched most of the whole season of Worth It, which is a BuzzFeed series where they, like, go and try out 3 different foods at 3 drastically different price points. And that was kind of nice because I could watch a whole bunch in a row instead of like, oh, I wish I had another episode. I feel you, Musical. It's like, oh, this is actually not the halfway mark. I felt that way when I was doing the reciprocal gradient the other day on stream. I finished the first gradient on the first hand. I said, okay, 25% done, except probably not really. Yeah. Everyone, grab your phthalo blue. It's one of the things I really like about, I think some of you guys have been here when I've hosted Andy doing his Bob Ross cosplay, is that he really does everything just like it was done on Bob Ross, except it's in Mario Paint. So he's got, like, you know, the Bob-omb Black, the Mario Red, and it's really, I mean, it's such kind of a cool idea for a cosplay, and he really is actually also pretty good at getting stuff done in Mario Paint. And sometimes the part that actually impresses me the most is there's like this little music function in Mario Paint with all these little weird video game sounds. And he's actually got a music background, and he'll get in there and create like some awesome little video game sound and music to go along with the Mario painted picture. Okay, here. One or two more on each side. I guess that depends on how wide we go. This side we probably can get away with just one. I've wondered that sometimes, like, can I translate Bob Ross techniques onto my nails? Like, can I make a little happy little tree over here with my fan brush? Whew. The cuticle edge. The cuticle edge on this hand is still a little bit jagged, but compared to my first one, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Like, it's so much better. I feel like this is all just a little bit crooked. It just needs to be scooted over. Like that. There we go. Okay, and then maybe, oops, get off my finger. Cut the corner on this just a little bit more. Wait, I missed part of the conversation there. Now I see you talking about starting on your left pinky and working your way around to your right pinky. Oh, right pinky into the left pinky. So that you're doing your, you're working with your non-dominant hand first, so you only have to work with your dominant hand while it's wet. It actually makes a lot of sense, and for some reason I've never really done it that way. Is that... Alright. Let me just give this a couple little nudges here. And I've got a couple little, like, gaps at the side. Like, I'm not quite all the way... You can tell especially there. Like, I'm not all the way to the side of the nail. It's fine. It's minor. And when you're all done, I mean, you're really not noticing, oh my god, hey, you have a gap there. You're just seeing the shininess. I'm missing a bunch of chat. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't reach to scroll back up right now either because I'm cross-reaching all the way over here to the lamp. Robin Moses is a great nail art painter, and she's a sweetheart. She is a really nice person. Okay. I've never heard of Bill Alexander. Oh, that is, I'm just noticing that I had some leakage here and my finger's like glued to my nail here with gel polish. Be more careful than I am with gel polish. I mean, you gotta figure everybody learns from somebody. Even if it's just learning the basics and then you eventually develop your own technique or you get your own ideas. I mean, everybody learns from somebody. Yeah, I have noticed that she never does her own nails. I think it's because... I don't know if it's because she has trouble painting them or just because she's so often doing clients that she just usually sticks with doing them. Whoa. Alright, so... we actually are. We're more than halfway done here, you guys. We've got 2 more nails, and then we've got the thumbs. And then we've got a top coat. And we've got buffing the edges. I really need to remember to buff the edges this time, because it looks smooth. It looks like the edge here. It looks like you don't need to do anything to it, but the last time I did these, that's where I ended up getting some spots that were kind of catchy. And I think that did affect the wear of the manicure, so I really want to make sure to just very, very moderately buff the edges this time. An old or possibly German guy. I don't know. Well, and I know sometimes I don't watch him, but I'll see on the Bob Ross channel there are some other people painting in his style. And some of them I think are old, like guest appearances from the show, and some of them are actually new people painting in that style. Most of your technique you learned from me. Aw, thank you. I mean, the list of people that I learned stuff from is so long, I don't even know where I would start. I always try to make sure and credit somebody like the first time that I do something. Like the first time I did this with the strips, I credited the lady that I saw on Instagram do it, but like right now, for the life of me, I can't remember who that was. Captain Kangaroo, HR Puffin Stuff, and Land of the Lost. I think we're all mostly... It's the other thing, like, I think people think, like, oh, online stuff or stuff streaming, Twitch, YouTube, all these youngsters or whatever, and, like, that's not really been my experience. I mean, yeah, there's some kids on here, but... I mean, maybe I've just been lucky or it's the stuff that I like, but I've found so many, like... cool people of around my same age group, which is the age group where you can still say you're old and be joking about it, and you get to complain about the old people and you get to complain about the youngsters. And that's kind of cool too. I mean, I don't have a ton of social life or friends in real life, so This is a lot more social than I usually am. This is a lot more talking. One stream is probably more talking than I used to do in like a whole day or a whole week. And yet at the same time, streaming has not... I mean, streaming is difficult, but I've been surprised that I haven't had more difficulty in just... like doing it and just like talking to you guys. Because, I mean, in real life... I'm awkward. I'm so awkward, you guys. But something about the environment makes this more comfortable, I guess you could say. Just looking here. I'm a little bit lopsided again. It's like I'll think I'm in the center until I get over a couple strips and then I'm not even. Oh, you get shrinkage with the Seche Vite. I love my Seche Vite, Megan. But I know it's not for everybody, which makes me just a little bit sad because I love it so much. But it seems to be like with certain people's body chemistry, it just doesn't like to play nicely. I also tried their Seche Vive, which is supposed to have like a gel effect top coat, quote unquote. Can't do my air quotes while I'm trying to place these foils. Don't put scissors in your mouth, kids. And a lot of people commented on the comparison video that I did for them that they had problems with Seche Vite, but they did not have those same problems with Seche Vive. Because I was initially not impressed with Seche Vive because I really didn't see much difference with it. But I was glad that I did it just because it kind of got a conversation going of the differences between the two. And I actually had people comment the opposite also, that they had problems with Vive, but not with Vite. So I think it really does, like so many things, come down to your personal preference. Oh, so you actually found me through Christine Sunburnt. That's funny. That was a fun thing. And it almost didn't happen, and I'm so glad that it did. People got a huge kick out of that. And Ben was like so sincere. Like, if there's anything, like, there's a lot of things I mean, I try not to be a hater. I really do. Sometimes it's kind of hard because, I mean, I think getting jealous about some things is human. But honestly, if there's one thing I would be jealous of Christine for, it's not her millions of followers. It's having such a supportive boyfriend, because I've been single as fuck for far too long. And, yeah, it was like, he actually took that so seriously, and she was so shook. I mean, that wasn't like just for the camera. She did not know what was going on. His email to me was titled, "Water Marble Help for a Boyfriend." Alright, let's see. I should have picked these out before I painted that on here, but now we'll just go for it. Rush from Sally Beauty. Oh, you got your nail mail musical. Gonna build a shelf and lurk a bit. Alright, musical. Yeah, I think, I mean, it's not, at this point, I mean, I don't know that our channels have ever been super similar, but I would say hers is almost more of a variety channel than a nail channel now. Even her regular channel, and then she's also got the Simply Not Logical channel. But I think some people are like, oh, why don't you do nail art anymore, Christine? Well, you shouldn't have to be stuck, you know, in a box, because that's what you started out doing. I mean, probably some people would say the same thing, like, you know, about my game streams. Like, well, I didn't sign up for these games or whatever, but, like, that's also what I'm interested in. And I've kind of segregated them on YouTube. I did go ahead and actually made a second, well, technically it's my third channel, for my gaming content, but I don't really feel a need to do that on Twitch because, I mean, if you see I'm live and I'm doing something that you're not interested in, well then obviously just don't come around. I've always had kind of the same feeling on YouTube too, like, you know, people leave hatery comments. It's like, oh my god, this was so horrible, wasted my time. Like, well, I didn't force you to sit there and watch it. If you didn't like it, fucking move along. Take your hating ass somewhere else. Wait, I missed Elsa and don't want to be a snowman. Oh, Stephanie's having stream problems. Blame Twitch. Twitch is broken sometimes, almost as often as it works, it seems like. I shouldn't say that. Twitch has been pretty reliable for me. I mean, I've only been streaming for, well, just over 2 months, I think, because I think my first stream was May 12th. And none of the problems that I've had on stream are problems that I can blame on Twitch. I mean, I've had plenty of problems on stream. Those of you who have been here for those problems know that very well. But, can't blame them on Twitch. Not quite sure if I'm happy with how this is going right here, but we'll just do like that. Am I... Sorry, you guys. I get, like, so concentrated, then I'm like, wait a minute, I have a camera that I'm supposed to be in front of. Or underneath, I guess. When you switched from drawing to resin? Yeah. Yeah, it's like... I mean, I've seen, like, in your little thing that shows past works, I mean, your drawings were gorgeous too, Megan. I would still love to see you do some drawing streams, but the resin is really cool too. And especially for live streams, at least for me, I can feel, by the way, that I was not as neat as I should be. I can feel my sidewalls getting gelled together. I'm gonna give these all just another 30 seconds. You know, I'd love to see some drawing streams, but the resin is so cool too, and especially on Twitch, for me at least, I find myself more often drawn to a streamer than to a particular kind of content. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just like, you're not just there to sit and passively watch this one particular activity. You're there to, like, hang out with this person who you think is cool, and hopefully with a chat that is also cool. And, you know, the content in some cases is almost secondary. I'm not gonna say always or completely, but, like, the streamers that I love, I will watch them stream pretty much anything. Or, like, your gaming content too, Megan. I know a lot of times I'm, like, lurking in there, and, you know, you might not know if I'm still there, but I've seen some of your gaming streams too. And that's cool too. And if people don't like it, well, come back later. Yeah, I mean, and it's exactly, Dino. You go through all the work of, you know, editing or whatever, and somebody's like, oh, I wish you'd done such and such. It's like, well, you go do it. I did this because this is what I wanted to do. Or, you know, people that always want to come around. Yeah, she does like to goof around, Barbie. I don't think she's bored. She's got plenty on her plate. I mean, Christine still has her full-time job. And I'm positive we got a boo-boo there. I'm positive that she does not need her full-time job, but she actually seems to like her work, and it's what she went to school for. And, you know, YouTube is like her hobby. Make content you like, and either people will like it or not. And yeah, if they don't like it, they cannot watch. Yeah, hey, comments are so rude. Or, like, on one of my compilation videos the other day, somebody commented, like, my sister can do this better. And I said, oh, maybe your sister should start a YouTube channel. But last time I checked, it wasn't a competition. Because that's the other thing. It's like, well, so what if you can do it better? It's not, I'm not trying to do it better than you. I'm doing what I'm doing. Oh, we've got, what's going on here? That's a little bit weird. This little, you see this little curly piece on here still? Well, that's stuck on there too. If I can just grab this. You know, it's not about doing this better than somebody else or any of that. I mean, for me, it's not. It's just about sharing what I'm doing with other people who are interested in the same thing. It's also kind of one of the reasons why speedrunning is kind of appealing to me, is the community. I mean, especially with that, they actually are in competition, but in almost every community I've seen, it manages to be a friendly competition, which is a wonderful thing to see. Tell the haters how it is while applying gel. Oh. Hello from Gus. Well, hello, Gus. I would have Beanie say hello, but as you can see, we have no Bean. He was so good the first couple streams with hanging out and being my little mascot, and I swear since then, I feel like the last 3 or 4 streams, he hasn't shown his face. And he was in here. I charmed him in here just before I started streaming, and I told him what a good boy he was, and he still decided to up and leave me. And Megan is probably laughing and thinking, that's what you get for being a cat person, because Megan is a dog person. Megan has a adorable puppy cam. Any dog is a puppy too. I know your dogs are adults, but any dog is a puppy to me. And usually her dog behaves and stays on camera. Unless one of the other dogs gets it all wound up and it has to go, you know, save the world from the mailman or something. These are coming out really nice. A lot cleaner on the right hand somehow. I do not know how my right hand turns out better sometimes. The left hand should always be better. And these are really, it's like they're a combination of sticky and staticky. I mean, like I cannot get the damn thing off the tweezer. Code for something. Don't have any foils. Too lazy to stamp them. Yeah, Beanie helped me get my followers, and now he's... No, I really do think it's because it's been so hot lately, and I've, for most of my past streams, had the air conditioning on. If I were to turn the air conditioning off, I could probably call him and get him to come in here right now. But he appears to enjoy the heat. Like, he doesn't even always like to stay in the house where the air conditioning is on. He'll just go out, like on the porch and hang out there where it's hot. So our right hand is looking really freaking... I mean, left hand looks good too, but the left hand has some wrinkles and dimples in it. The right hand is almost completely clean, with the exception of this little problem area on the pinky, which we are going to fix right now. Oh, don't have any acetone in there, but I think this is clean. With a little bit of top coat. Get that right on there and right on there. And then let's just grab a couple of these leftovers. Please. Tweezers, please. Oh. Whoa. Ah! Okay. Oh. Almost blew away my remaining foils there again with that deep sigh. That's too wide. That's why I wanted one of the leftover ones. Well, it's only gonna stick where I've got stuff stuck down anyway. We're just gonna lay it on there, and we'll just use this and lay this on here. Alright, cure that. Yeah, a little framed picture of Bean. Or a little small cat figurine. I love dogs too. I mean, I consider myself a cat lady, but I do love dogs too. We've got Puppy Clark right now. I've always had a dog my entire life. Always had a dog and a cat. So I think part of it is like growing up and as a child, and even now, like the cat is mine. And the dog has been like the family pet. There, that's a really... Both of those, really clean repair. Can you even see them on camera? That's so good. That's how I wanted all the repairs to turn out. Just invisible fixes. Okay, so now... This is... That's very... Some of that might be fixed when I top coat. But for now, we've got the thumbs to do. And I'm going to try to... Alright, that'll be good. Get this so you can see my thumbs, and I'm not like at the dumbest possible angle for application. Yeah, I did the perfect one with my non-dominant hand, Megan. I'm right-handed. So my left hand, which is wonky, I did with my right hand, and my right hand, which is freaking flawless, I did with my left hand. How? I mean, the left hand looks good. You look at it by itself, you wouldn't know any better. But you look at it next to the right hand, and the right hand is clearly superior. I mean, clearly superior. Well, I probably don't want to go out in your yard, Megan, because it's like 100 and go away degrees. I know you've been having a really hot summer. It's pretty warm here, too, but not as hot as it is in California. Let's get a little bit of that and just clean this. I mean, it's kind of weird using brushes with gel polish, but I mean, they do clean up pretty easily with acetone because it doesn't really dry on them. Like the yard is covered in lava. I've been really lucky. The puppy, he's like not a huge fan of rain, but if he really has to go, he'll go right out in the rain and potty. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's that this was like the warm-up, and at this point I had learned more tricks of what I wanted to do. I really don't even know what happened on this middle finger. I didn't do any repairs there. It just kind of came out slightly curdled. That's one of our favorite words in stream. But even like the pointer, which is the cleanest one, is... Okay, I was gazing upon it and being hypnotized. Let's pull out some foils for our thumbs. My thumb. Unless you guys are gonna stick your arm right through the computer. Some futuristic technology shit right there. Then maybe I would do other people's nails. Oh sure, just this anonymous hand coming through my screen. Yeah, maybe Starlore. So, you know what that means, you guys. That just means that the black one, and if you guys weren't here earlier, where is it? You know, this is so much less impressive than the silver. Under, can't really quite see it here. This is just like this, except it's black. Please believe me, there are rainbows. But I don't want to turn off the light again right now because I really want to finish these last two nails. We turned off the light and used my other light at the start of the stream to really get a good look at the Holo because I didn't think it was going to play nice with the ring light. So, and this, if you believe it or not, this is not playing nice with the ring light. It's still this awesome. It's even better in person. Only 99, so breezy. A thicker gel on my left? Maybe? But I almost feel like I did thicker on my right because several of my fingers on my right, I felt it as it was curing, like, right on the side of my nail, like sticking my skin to my nail together. In fact, I should maybe... Okay, we'll do that in a minute. I was going to say, certain places, like here... Oh, it's really hard to show that on camera. I maybe should even file down a little bit before I add the final top coat because it's... In fact, I'm just going to do it right now. Like, just a little bit right here. Because if you separate your skin from the gel, then you just get that, like, little ridge of gel. There. That's better. Yeah, I love this silver. Did you not get to see the purple, Candy? This is the purple one. And again, the light is not super doing it justice, but you can kind of see a little bit of the pattern and a little bit of how the pinks and the kind of violets and indigos all pop out differently. And I feel like some of the patterned nail foils would also go well with this technique, but I just love it so much with the smooth hollow ones that I haven't played with it at all yet. Just do this for a couple hours. Maybe while gently talking about rainbows into the microphone. Oh, yeah, they're great. Okay. And thankfully, we're going to have a few left over here, but I cut a pretty good amount of nail foils. Like I said, I don't want to run out, but I don't want to have a bunch of leftovers either because, I mean, at one point I was like, oh, I'll just save them for the next time. Well, yeah, with my disorganized ass, you think I remembered where I'm going to keep a little envelope full of nail foil strips? Like, it's just not, it's not reasonable to expect that of me. So I try to keep it so that I have enough, not too much, not too few. And we'll try to do both of these thumbs so that they look nice. So that should maybe be enough for... Okay, a couple more. And the fewer strips there are in here, it almost seems like the harder they are to grab. When there's a bunch, you can kind of just reach in here and grab and hope that you grab something. But now it's like I'm actually having to aim for specific strips. Come here. Especially some of these wider ones will go well on the thumb. Because it is, I mean, well, for most people, it's going to be your biggest nail. Otherwise, you end up needing to place even more lots of strips, which maybe also you would be okay with, but... After all these strips, I'm glad I only have 2 nails left, you guys. You saw me really get, like, kind of over a manicure when I was doing the reciprocal gradient. I don't want to get to that point. I love doing my nails, but at the same time, it's like, okay, at a certain point, I'm ready for my manicure to just be done. It's actually kind of funny. It's kind of how I felt during that one section of Hollow Knight the other day. Like, okay, ready to be done with this now. Ready to move along. And, sometimes manicures are the same way. Alright, and you can see, like, at the beginning when I cut those strips in half, you can see I barely have any overhang on my thumb. If my nails were much longer at all, I would not be able to get away with that. So, that's something to... Ooh, dropped it. It's okay, though. Something to keep in mind if you want to get away with that. It does, like I said, it lets you have more... lets you get more strips out of the foil, and so you're not, like, wasting foil. But if your nails are much longer, you don't want to end up with strips that are not long enough for your nails. So, let's, maybe this one here, except this way. And I am going to do both thumbs before I cure either one, so... Because it's awkward kind of to hold it in the lamp the way that I need to do. So I like to only have to just do it like the one time. I think... Let's cut this just a little bit. Now, managing scissors with wet nails is a completely other thing. I mean, you just got to be really careful, like, going through the loop. But I think cutting off this corner will be worth it. If I can do it. Okay. Whoa. Come on. No! Okay. It's okay. I'm just getting the scissors off my thumb, and my skirt saved the nail foil from hitting the floor and being lost forever. Alright, get right in there. Try not to get too far behind with chat again while I'm being distracted with application, but I think you guys are mesmerized anyway. Let's just get a skinny one to finish off this edge. No, you're the wrong. Yeah. We'll use this one. And just get right along the edge there. And then... do I need to trim you a little bit more? No, we can maybe get away with that. I may also, now that I'm thinking about it, I might have just been a little bit clumsier on the left hand with how I was picking up the foils, because some of these, like this one in particular, you can see what happened when I kind of accidentally grabbed it in the middle and smushed it, or this one, the very tip of it is kind of smushed. So maybe that was part of the reason why there were some issues on my left hand. I know I just said I was going to wait, but I changed my mind. I'm going to do that one, then do the other one, and then do them both for another 30. I'd be really sad to mess this up at this point. Yeah, I might fix the left hand if I have leftovers. Although I don't know, because also, part of how smoothly the foils apply is going to be how smooth the base color underneath is. Excuse me, that's why it's kind of good to have a slightly thick layer of the top coat. And also I think part of the reason why using it with regular polish can be tricky is because when you do the foil glue, it's really hard to get a glassy, smooth finish with that. And now that the left hand already has some boo-boos, I don't know if I could get even a repair on top of it to lay down completely smooth. So, okay, let's move this. I don't want to use that. I want to use, like, this one. Come here. Okay. Final nail, you guys. I'm so glad that I'm almost done. Because I'm starting to get hungry. And, thankfully, even as much as I've been drinking, I do not have to go to the bathroom yet. Which is, like, always the fear whenever I'm doing my nails. Because, like, getting caught in the middle of a manicure with a full bladder, not a fun time, you guys. Most of you probably already know this. Ooh. Senster, thank you for the follow. And, I'm sorry. I'm holding in giggles, because when I heard that and I looked over there, then I saw all the wonderful, lovely things that have already happened today. All the bits and donations and flattering things that you guys have done today. And I want to thank you again. I mean, the stream is not over. I'm, like, starting a wrap-up spiel here. The stream's not over, but I don't want to forget, like, thank you guys again for, like, hanging out with me. This is always so fun, and it feels like especially kind of fun today, because otherwise, my birthday is usually pretty boring. Just end up not doing everything you plan because you get tired of it. Yeah, and I try to, like, suck it up and, you know, just finish it up. But I feel like on stream sometimes that can really be difficult because, I mean, streaming takes it out of you. Streaming can be exhausting. So it's more of a force through, or if I was recording a tutorial, I could, like, stop and take a break if I really, really needed to and come back in a little bit. That relieves you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Senster, and thank you, Megan. Because you don't want to wait. Yeah, AliExpress is, I don't even know where they're based, but they're not US, right? So I want to give them both an extra 30 seconds, so I kind of get my thumbs in just like this. And, it's a little bit awkward, not gonna lie. A couple streams ago, I forget who it was that asked if I liked this lamp, And I mostly do, but doing the thumbs can be a little bit awkward at times. But some of the larger ones, it's like, for the difference in cost, I can absolutely deal with this small inconvenience. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Sen. We are just wrapping up. We just finished. Let's go back here. We just finished curing the thumbs, and now we're gonna peel off the plastic and hopefully have nice clean foils left behind. Because I don't really want to do any more repair. To be honest, I will if I have to. But I would like for this just to be nice and flawless. Oh. And sometimes I get tempted to like peel more than one at a time. Sometimes that works out okay, sometimes it does not. It depends on how exactly they're overlapping. So if I feel like any resistance at all. See, in here we've got another little weird curlicue right here. If I feel any resistance at all, I will back off from trying to do them both at the same time. And just do one at a time. Is this? There we go. That one turned out really good. Alright, right hand, you better have turned out equally as good. Alright. And I can see I've got a little bit of weirdness at the very tip of this one. But that should be resolved when we do our little small amount of buffing that we're going to do. Okay. Okay, let's try to... You guys can go back over here. And all this garbage can go here. So, now that we've done both hands, this is what our little trash lid looks like. All the little peeled off extra bits. I'm considering, I do have a few left over, if any of my left hand are so bad and so bothersome that I want to redo them. But I don't think I do. It's a little bit moderately irritating, but it's not so irritating that I think it's worth messing around with anymore. Plus, some of it might not hold my breath, but it might be fixed with top coat. Just a little spot in the corner. Yeah, these are really good. Okay, so let's get this one. I must have a better one. Okay. We've got, this is like my little buffer thing. I don't generally use this to file my nails. I prefer glass file actually on my nails. I usually use this if I'm like buffing a patch or something. So we've got the blue, the pink, the white, and the gray. I'm going to hit the edges just lightly with the blue and then just lightly with the pink. And I'm kind of just going at a little bit of an angle. And can you even see this little shred that came off here? Like, you can feel it. If you run your finger across the edge, you can kind of feel each individual strip that's kind of just barely hanging over the edge. I'm not sure if I do like... Yeah, you can't really see. But you can just barely see it. Or barely see it and feel it just slightly too. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad it turned out as well as it did, because I've been planning to do this for quite some time. And obviously, like, the little shreds that come off, you don't want those to stick on your nails, because then those will stick in the top coat, and then will defeat the whole point of, like, getting rid of them. Which is to make the edge smooth enough that we're not catching our manicure on things. So, just very lightly with the blue side. The blue is the strongest side of the file. You could also just use, like, a nail file gently to do this part. I feel like the blue is a slightly bit more gentle than most of the normal quote-unquote emery boards that I have. And this one is getting kind of... I probably could use a new one. Dag it! Hello, thank you! And now I'm just going to go just very briefly with the pink and touch up over where I did with the blue. And I'm just feeling with my finger to feel, if I feel anything like sharp, I'm just giving that area a little bit more attention. But, oop, again with the blowing. I don't think I realized prior to working with these strips how often I'm like breathing heavy or blowing for like no good reason. And now I'm like blowing these strips all over. But thankfully, we're just about done here. The cheap emery boards in the multi-pack. No, I know the ones you mean. My mom was using those. $23 so far. My mom was using those and I was always like, Mom, why are you using those? They are horrible for your nails. And then she's always complaining about, oh, my nails are split and rough and everything's horrible. And so, like, my small one that I keep on file is this one from Bliss Kiss. It's a really nice one. All glass files are not created equal. My other one, uh-oh, where are you? Oh no, I wanted to show you guys. Now I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Okay. My workhorse, like if I use the Bliss Kiss just for like maintenance filing, or if I have a little snag or something like that. If I'm wanting to take down the length or something, I got this bad boy. You can see the difference in size. And I actually got this sucker at the state fair. And I bought my mom one of those, and she was like, oh my god, I'm never going back to regular files again. This is so wonderful. You know, I'm not sure. I'm actually literally not sure. If I was pinching them inappropriately, if there was some... Now see, this is interesting. Look, we've got a little bit going on here on the pinky now. That's doing the same thing as on the other hand. Maybe I should have top coated these right away. Maybe it wasn't like that to start. Thumbs are still looking good. Well, thankfully we're almost done. That's kind of interesting though. That's something to be aware of next time I do this. If they're getting more wrinkly the longer they're just sitting there, then I should really do the final layer of top coat. I'm just going to do this sitting back because it's kind of awkward doing it under the camera on my right hand. But if they're, like, the longer they're just, like, exposed to air, getting wrinklier, which seems to be the case. Can you see these little, like on the pinky here, these little small imperfections? What would cause that? I feel baffled. I feel really, really baffled. It's got a really big chunk on this one. I'm just trying to get it off cleanly. I hadn't considered that waiting to top coat could possibly be an issue, but apparently that's a thing that I need to be aware of. So let's try to finish up this buffing process as quickly as possible before they get even worse. Probably can hear that. The microphone's so good. You can probably hear each of the little catches as I'm finishing buffing these. Messing up your own emotes, Megan. Yeah, dag it. If you recognize that little pup, that's the, I had a gift sub in Megan's channel and I was really enjoying using her emotes. She has the most adorable emotes based on her most adorable little puppers. Okay. That is perhaps not perfect. Not sure if you guys can even tell the difference, but trust me that when I say that when I feel on the edges now, I don't feel each individual strip. Ooh, ILNP, that's dangerous, because that's expensive polish, even with 25% off. Then you fool yourself like, oh, it's a discount. I should buy more. The sensation freaks me out. Now, see, I don't find it that much different than like a regular emery board. If anything, I feel like a regular emery board catches more on your nails because they're rougher. But there are definitely, I mean, even like, well, those aren't very nice, but, excuse me, different grits or different strengths of the regular nail files. Like, if you get one that's a finer grit, it'll be better for your nails, just because there's less, what do I want to say? Catchiness, but that's not the word I was looking for. They'll be gentler on your nails if you use a finer grit. Yeah, I would say, I mean, you can get them even for like a couple bucks at like Walgreens that look very similar to this Bliss Kiss one. The Bliss Kiss ones are kind of expensive, but what I've found with the really cheap ones, and I'm going to get started on the top coat here, the really cheap ones seem like somehow, even though they're glass, they just don't last very long, and before you know it, they're not really sharp. Well, not sharp, but like they're not doing what they're supposed to do anymore. Now, you can see top coat maybe slightly dulls the finish, but if you do not top coat your foil, you are going to have a bad day. Foil is not sturdy. And that was the other huge problem I was having when I tried it with regular polish, is by the end of the day, you're missing chunks of the foil. Chunks. So, while even the gel top coat can slightly dull it, if you want to wear it for more than a couple hours, it's necessary. If you're just like, oh, let me just do my nails just specifically to go to this party, then sure, go for foils with no top coat. But if you want to wear them any amount of time past a couple hours, you're going to be happier. Oop, almost out of habit, went right to my thumb. Ooh. And that was possibly a slightly thick layer, because I actually feel like a couple people call it baking. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's doing to the polish. You want to stick with the thinner layer. You will feel it heat up on your fingers, but the thicker of a coat you do, like that's something I had to learn with gel. The thicker of a coat you do, the more that sensation you're going to have. So here, you can see the difference. I mean, this is still freaking hollow, but it's not as freaking hollow as this. You guys get to enjoy this, but only for a minute more, because sadly, as I said, to get it to last, and I'm tempted, except I'm not really going to do it. I'm so tempted to show you guys what would happen to this if you stuck a normal top coat on it. Maybe that's something I could use one of these little leftover strips for. Would you guys like to see that? Sorry, I just noticed I've got this thing hanging off on this thumbnail. Would you guys like to see a demo of what regular top coat does to nail foils? I almost feel too, and maybe I'll have to go back and look. I feel like this Madame Glam top coat is possibly not doing as nice of a job of this as my pink shellac top coat did when I did the turquoise, because I'm 90% sure that I used my pink shellac for that one. And if that's the case, that is good information to know before I do this the next time. But you can see it's a very minor difference. Like compared, this doesn't have a top coat and this does. They're still both freaking hollow. Yeah. I feel like part of this is the top coat now at this point. The top coat, can you see that curdle on this nail with the top coat? Oops, I dripped top coat on my mat. It's okay. Let's just get this with a napkin as I turn myself into a pretzel. That's That's kind of interesting and kind of disappointing. I mean, that... Whoa. The left hand is getting worse. I think it's the top coat. Fuck! We'll see how the right hand looks after it comes out of here. Okay, the right hand still looks better, but I don't think it looks as good as it did. Photogenic phalanges. Hello, thank you for the follow. Like I can see on this ring finger a little bit. I definitely can see a couple. I'm trying not to be super pissed, except this was a lot of work, so I am super pissed. I think it's the top coat, y'all. I really do. And that also means, and yes, we're here barely on camera, but I don't feel like moving the camera again. That also means that we are absolutely going to have to do this again to confirm my suspicions. I don't know when exactly I'm going to do this again. But, I mean, absolutely I have to see if pink shellac top coat works better for this. I mean, I've only used the, this Madame Glam, once? Maybe twice? I'm trying to think about it right now. I know I used it when I did the purple unicorn manicure, which was with their purple polish and their unicorn powder, and it gave me a perfectly fine smooth finish for that, but I really feel like it's not playing nicely with these foils. Dr. Schoon. Okay. It does still look great. And this thumb is still looking flawless. Both thumbs really are. But the right hand is definitely not as flawless as it was, and I feel like the left hand got even worse after I top coated it. We'll see. This is another good reason to do a little bit of experimenting. We're just going to use a piece of paper. We're going to fold it in half just to give it a little sturdiness. And why did I close that? We're about to test it right now. We're going to use the gel polish to apply it on, because that'll show you guys like it's not the application, plus because I don't want to wait for the foil glue to dry. And then, hello, I'll show you what like Sèche Vite does to a cured foil. It's not pretty. Unless you were going for that look, which, I mean, then maybe it would be pretty for you. I should have these like slightly over the edge. Well, we'll see if we can pick up these edges right in the middle of the gel. I should have thought of that before I was laying them down. I always like doing a little bit of testing, even if it's not particularly a testing stream. We'll just do that straight 60 seconds and see. Maybe it will. Whoever said that? Dinosaur? I'm kind of doubting it though. But it does, I was going to say it does not detract. It detracts only a very small amount from the general awesomeness of this manicure, because of course, I'm not going to be looking at it this close the whole time I'm wearing it. I'm going to be looking at it, from my arm's length at least. And I think I'm just out of the other camera, but there's like sun coming through my window here. Can I, where's my hand? Can I, dang it, okay, that was bad. Trying to like catch my hand and stay in the sun and get in the camera. Okay, now I'm too high. No, it's not catching it anyway. That was a waste of time. The sun on these nails is awesome. But what I was saying, what I was getting very distracted and saying, is that like everything else, when you're looking at it close up, of course you're going, oh, it's wrinkled there. This little edge isn't flat. This isn't what I wanted. But when you look at it from a distance, from an arm's length, from this far away, I mean, you're not going to notice those little small imperfections. So, there's that also sunburnt. Like the people that weren't here with me, they don't know what this looked like before. So here we have, do I even have a regular top coat out here? I don't know if I do. I have Invisible. That's not technically a top coat. We'll try it. So, is this fully cured? I always feel like doing it, yeah, it's hard. Doing it on paper, I feel like it still looks so wet that I'm surprised that it's cured. So let's peel off the plastic. Tweezers have about had it. They're like, I don't want to let go of this. I'm sick of having strips stuck on me. These ones are a little more difficult. How can I really should have left it hanging over the edge. Okay, let's can we just get the edge here? There we go. Is that even showing up on camera? I do have the plastic edge here. Needed to get it with that orange stick. See, now that's weird too. I know this was pressed all the way down, but we got this one little dot of Holo that didn't properly transfer. Maybe there was a bubble in there? Hello, where? There we go. Okay. So, here we have nice, smooth, Holo foil. We're going to paint Seche Vite over this side. And since I have it handy, we're going to paint Invisible over this other side. Now we're going to give it a minute. And if nothing happens, I'm going to be so frustrated. I wonder if I could even find, while we're waiting on these to dry, let's see if I can, alright, if I can find an example to show you guys. Yes, a polish in motion will be coming. Might be another polish in motion featuring my right hand though, which is kind of wonky. But even the left hand would be pretty. Okay. And we'll look here too, because, oops, no, go back here. Okay, so I've got a couple things to show you. These are not, well, there we go. It's starting it just a little bit. We'll let it dry a little bit longer. Okay. Let's, okay, window capture. I want you to capture this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I know this is a horrible, a horrible OBS scene right here, but this picture here, in fact, let me even, can I? Yeah. This was a top coat comparison over that flat mirror red. And you can hopefully see, can I zoom in a little here? Yeah, like that. How it kind of crinkled everything. And then this was my very first nail foil with that silver, and it's okay. I mean, it's not horrible. It's a little bit crackled, but I think when you see, like, next to the actual nail foil itself, you can see the difference. And the thumb, what was going on with the thumb? Oh, that one, what I did was okay, so up here, I tested all the top coats. I picked the best one, which was a slow drying top coat for all my nails. And then I thought on my thumb, maybe I could get away with Seche Vite. And that's what happened. So just this shot here is a comparison between like a regular slow drying top coat and a fast drying top coat on a foil. And these, I'm kind of surprised. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm looking at. So that's that. And then here, you don't think it looks too bad, but look at this nail here. Half the foil is gone. Look at some of these other nails. They've got like chunks and chips like all over them. And then, no, there's not another patch here. This is what my nails looked like in 2010, for anybody that's curious. Let's switch to, yes, I've got 2 holo videos on my channel. The gold foil that we talked about earlier, application, and I used that, a gold holo as the base. And I remember doing that for a Christmas Day manicure, and I mean, it lasted through the day, kinda. And then we have here the turquoise holo that also was done with nail foil strips. And I mean, just from looking at the thumbnail, I think it looks smoother. But the thing that's kind of surprising me, and now I feel like I want to go back and do a whole bunch of other different testing, neither one of these top coats did horrible, horrible things. I mean, it dulled the finish a little bit. I'm trying to even figure out how best to show you guys this. Like, maybe as a comparison with the thumb. So you can see, like, compared to the thumb, it's slightly duller. But this is actually nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I wonder if it's because... Okay, now we have to do one more test if I can get this to dry fast enough. This is regular foil glue. I wonder if just using the gel as the base is the big difference, and not necessarily using the gel as the top. I'm just gonna kind of blow on this and try to speed it up. You think it looks a bit more relaxed? You know, I mean, I suppose I could check the tape, but I think you might be right. The thing that I'm kind of glad about is the thumbs are still looking good. So partly whatever the problem is was due to the weight. The weight between applying the nail foil strips and adding the final top coat. Just take your reading glasses off. Yeah, the thumb is great. I mean, and a big part of me wishes that all the fingers were looking like the thumb, but really, I mean, the right hand is very close to the both thumbs. The right hand is still looking good. The right hand is still looking noticeably better than the left, but they are both noticeably awesome. Okay, the nail glue is almost done. We're going to do our second test here, because testing is important. I'm in shock here by how little distortion there was using the regular top coat on this. I really am. I mean, that's kind of like what do I want to say? Not common sense, but just like common knowledge that regular top coats don't play nicely with gels, especially Sèche-Vite. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Miss Shrado, that they crinkle less because the gel has got like a freaking death grip on it. So that it's perhaps not necessarily strictly the gel top coat, but also what you're using to stick it. Alright, we're gonna see if this is... I'm probably being far too impatient, but we're gonna see. So like with this foil glue, the idea is to place it down. We'll do a couple strips for science. Whoa. If I can grab them. You place them down, and then you press them into the foil, and you make sure that they're all like well adhered to the foil. Like some people will use a Q-tip, which I've used before. I was just thinking that like those silicone tools that I have would also be probably pretty good for buffing it on there. or even just like your finger. So let's see if we got a decent stick here. Okay. Oh, I'm like not in camera. So I don't know if you guys saw that when I just pulled off that first one, but as I'm like, it looks good right now. Actually, that's really good. Let's stay like that. But as I grab it and like pull it off, you can see it's already getting, I mean, shittier. So just the foil glue gives you a much less, hey, actually my thumb is like in perfect place. It gives you a much less shiny, a much less mirror finish. Just trying to get a couple different angles so you can see. I mean, it's still pretty, but it's nowhere near that same mirror finish quality. And then if you top coat on top of that, let's see what we even get here. I should have done this closer to the first one too. Well, I think you can see it's halfway killing the holo. It's really texturizing it. I mean, that's the same foil, except with foil glue and regular top coat. So this is the most interesting discovery of the day, that using gel to adhere, you can damn near get away with regular top coat. Except, on the other hand, why would you bother? Because you're already using gel, so why not top it off with gel? But foil glue and regular top coat, not so much. I mean, that just looks like a silver blob now. This is the results I was expecting here. So this bears possibly further study, but this is why using foils can be really frustrating for a lot of people. Yeah, crack and crinkle up and break apart. I mean, this is still pretty solid, but I'm just looking outside of my ring light. Yeah, in or out of the ring light, I mean, the holo is gone. This, I'm like distracted by that. That turned out so surprising. So really, top coat, regular top coat is not the main enemy. It's part of the enemy, because this was looking better before I top coated it, but it was never looking this good over the foil glue. And I think that's just because, like I said, it's harder to get the clean adhesion, and it's harder to get a completely smooth surface for it to adhere to, if all that makes sense. So I think we're just about done for today, unless anybody else has any other questions or small experiments to run. Sometimes everybody's like giving me so many good ideas, and they're actually stuff that I want to do, but like almost deserve. Hey, look who's joined us, Mr. Bean. Hey, Bean. I'm sorry, let me clear off your chair here, buddy. Like sometimes doing a little experiment is fun. Like I might not have, oh, yeah, that was what you thought it was, you guys. That was my entire box of nail foils falling over and spilling. See what you made me do, Beanie? He's looking around like, what, me? Handsome? Yeah, where you been? And he always, for some reason, lays down that direction, like not facing camera. What I was saying is sometimes doing these sort of little fun experiments, I mean, this is probably not something that I would have done at all if I wasn't streaming. Or, like when we did the reciprocal gradient and then we did a little smooshy test at the end. I really enjoy these kinds of little things. I'm literally dumbfounded at this, you guys. I mean, it's good. It's nearly as good as this. It's 50 times better than that. Oh, with yellow stopper, we could do that, because we've got yellow stopper right here. And we'll maybe put that just like right here. Yellow stopper, I've also been meaning to test. I'm just trying to make it thin so it hopefully dries quickly. Did that? Oh no. Okay. Hold on just a second, you guys. I want to I got some of that on my dress. I just want to take a quick second and dab it off with a little bit of acetone before it dries. Of course, that has to dry anyway, so it's not like I'm in a hurry. I've also heard that yellow stopper is will work for nail pigments, which is also something that I've wanted to try, because like I said, usually those are gel only for very similar reasons, in that they crackle like this. In fact, whoa, I might still have. No, not that one. Nope. Okay, I lied. I thought I might still have the swatches that I'd done on my nail wheel of testing pigments with regular polish, but I was wrong. Yeah, this is what this camera is usually supposed to be, you guys. This is supposed to be the beanie cam. Not the box of nail foils cam, not the LED light cam. It's supposed to be the beanie cam. And sometimes they'll even show his handsome face. Beanie, why you don't like to look at the camera? He's such a character. I love this little boy. He is my homie. And, I mean, Clark would probably love to hang out up here too, but Clark is not allowed upstairs, so he does not get to have a Clark cam, and he does not get to snuggle in bed with me either, because I bet he would. He's such a lover. Okay. Come here, little strip. Let's see here. Get a couple, like at least 3. I think 3 is a good number for testing. And again, part of it is, well, just getting them to lay flat. Hello! To lay flat. So that you, and I probably should have been hanging these off the edge too, so I'll be able to. Oops. Well, that was, we got some sticking there. It stuck more to my finger. Let's do just one more. I feel like the yellow stopper is not super sticky. Just kind of, this is easy to do with the orange stick since it's on a flat surface. Doing it on your nail, I'm not sure if an orange stick would be quite as suitable. Like I said, I feel like the silicone tools that I have would work really good for that. Alright, so we got some adhesion. I feel like possibly, I used a thin coat because I wanted it to dry really fast. I feel like possibly a thicker coat, you might get better results. Like a thicker coat might be more sticky because it's like, I almost want to say plush, which is not the right word. But like it would give you a little bit more to... So we do have decent adhesion here. I would say quite similar. I mean, it's hard to tell now because we've destroyed the foil glue attempt with the regular top coat, but I think that's at least as good, if not maybe slightly better in some ways than the foil glue. I mean, we've got a couple of little gappy spots, but I'd say that's pretty good. But once again, not as smooth, not as flawless as the foil technique. And I think, like we were talking about, I think it's just that the foil grabs it and it just holds it in its natural ultra shiny, ultra smooth, ultra hollow state. So yeah, yellow stopper does in fact work for nail foils. But again, well, okay. Somewhere, okay, give me one. Damn it, I'm almost stepping on these. Give me 1 second, you guys. Stay. I was gonna say that I don't have any idea where my water-based top coat is, except then I remembered that this was still in its bag because I hadn't unpacked it after buying it. And that was just sitting on my bed, and I bought this a long time ago. This is the Sally Hansen Chrome kit with the Holo, and these kits come with a water-based top coat. So let's take our yellow stopper experiment and top it with water-based top coat. And I like having a water-based top coat because I didn't prior to now, but tell me if this is not the dumbest shit you ever seen. Look at this brush. For comparison, let me just open up this yellow stopper again. Oh, now I dropped that on my skirt. I'm such a klutz, you guys. Of course, this is water-based, so does that mean it'll just wash right out? I should probably hit it with a little bit of polish remover. Sorry, I'm like super distracted, but I love this dress, so I don't want to get like nail polish all over it, even though they're just clear polishes. Okay. What I wanted to do is compare the brushes. So here is the yellow stopper brush. Here is this little ridiculous brush. And it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but like the whole black part is not the brush. Half of that is inside the stem. The brush is teeny tiny and awkward as fuck. Okay, but if I were to use this on my nails, I might like find another brush to stick in it. What we want to see is how that works on top of the yellow stopper one. Horrible, horrible application. But we'll give this a minute and see if it crinkles up like the other one or not. More of a bed for the foil, yeah. Gel polish can be a hassle. I really go back and forth on whether it's worth it. Especially like when I have frustrating experiences like these. Like these two nails were fine. Now they're not. The thumbs are still fine. So, I mean, I can only conclude it was due to the weight before top coating, but I don't understand what that would really affect. I would say this is dulling slightly, but it's keeping its hollow. I mean, you guys can see as I move it around a little bit. I mean, it's not doing this. It is slightly dulling it, but not bad. So yeah, if you want a regular polish route, of course now I feel like I wish I'd... Is this section still tacky? We do. Okay, one more test. I know I'm so bad, you guys, but we still have an other sticky half of the foil glue. So let's try the foil glue with the water-based top coat. So we'll lay these over here. And, am I on camera? Yes. Okay. We'll lay these over here like so. And we'll press them down. Let me fold this again. Like this. And like I said, you can use other things. I'm just kind of using this because it's handy. Some people use, like a Q-tip, because it's kind of softer and you can kind of really get in there and buff. I don't even know where my silicone tools are if I wanted to test them, because I bought them for applying pigment and then decided I hated them for applying pigment. Thank you, Painted Dinosaur. It's also got like this little detail around the neck. It's like these little sequins. It's really cute. I love it. It's a summery, nice color. Yeah, it is grabbed to a hard finish, but then like there's the top of it too, which was protected by the plastic, and I expected the regular polish to have more of an effect on that, even though the bottom was grabbed to the hard finish. Okay, so here we go. That's pretty good again with the foil glue. Not flawlessly smooth, but you're getting the rainbow. And now, if we do the water-based top coat on top of that, I feel like I have like not enough and too much at the same time, which is weird. We'll see how that goes. Give it just a minute to dry. This is more dry. I can tell because the paper is starting to warp a little bit, and that is still maintaining its holo. And I think this one is too. Not as much as over the yellow stopper, or is that my imagination? I should have put all these in this going in the same direction. This was poor layout. See, even with the water-based top coat, you know, guys, I'm gonna go out there and say yellow stopper is better than foil glue. Based on this completely unscientific test. Yeah. I like this one much better than this one. Definitely than this one. But now we only have 2 little hollow noodles left. So we don't really have, well, actually we have 3 because there's another one laying over here. And probably some blown behind my monitor from my huge gusty breaths earlier. But yeah, even just like looking close up, the yellow stopper wins over the foil glue. I did not know that. But now I do, and now you do too. Sparingly used? I don't know. Like, if you follow their instructions, which are kind of horrible instructions, what is it? Is it for before or after? Yeah, it says to apply 1 thin coat after you do the pigment. It doesn't really say sparingly. But I mean, like, it comes with... It's like the polish that you're technically supposed to use with Sally Hansen's pigments. Or like their Miracle Gel, which is not gel. I really think Sally Hansen is kind of pulling some bullshit on people. So it's very similar to the Miracle Gel brush. But, let me just set this right here. It's on like a very much smaller scale. So like, you know what I mean? If I can, there. I mean, it's just, it's very awkward. I mean, you're supposed to do a thin coat, but you still got to get that coat over your whole nail. And I think even more than the narrow width, I mean, I can deal with the narrow width. Because it's so short, you don't get that flex that you're used to with the brush. So it's harder to get that like smooth stroke because you don't have any flex to the brush. Yeah. I don't think you were here earlier, Megan. I was talking about I've only really done a full gel manicure a couple times. Like I did a couple test runs and then I did it for one of my vacations. And I even have like these little clamps. They clamp on your nail and hold the acetone in place. And I mean, you wait 10 minutes and scrub a little bit and flake a little bit and then soak it in acetone for another 10 minutes. And I mean, as often as I change my nails, I just can't. I can't usually justify gel. But this, I think you might have missed that too. This gel manicure is done using Madame Glam's Peel Off Base Coat. And I've been quite pleased with this under gel. Under regular polish, not so much. I prefer my regular peel off. But under gel, their peel off has worked fairly well. I have not tried it with my pink Gelax, which I think is going to be next on my list. Of course, I also want to try... The thumbs are still looking good. And I mean, we've dilly-dallied quite a while now. I see a little bit of dimpling on this right one. Kind of hard to see. But I mean... The fact that this whole hand was this smooth and now it's not, I really think I mean, it's partly the polish, because it shouldn't do that, but it partly also is my application of the polish. So I would like to try doing this with Pink Gelac, and I would like to try doing it with this brand again, but without all the dilly-dally. Yeah, especially it's even more dry now, by the way. It's this one's almost disappearing again. You can get a little bit of a hollow flash to it, but compared to this, it's just not. I mean, it's worlds better than this, but this versus this, of course, then again versus this and versus this. I mean, they're all different looks. I'm sure there are situations where even the dullest finish would be suitable or would give you exactly the look you were going for. Maybe not even on nails. I know Dr. Crotron said the other day he was going to use my gradient technique on his model making, which I think is really cool. So, you know, it just depends on what you're going for. Yeah, the peel porn. No, with a regular polish. Well, now I was just going to say no, Megan. But now you've raised a good point, because really what you're doing with the gel is putting it on a wet polish, and then it's just, I wonder, it would take, my ideas are coming faster than my mouth can process them. But I wonder how the foils would react with a regular polish, or maybe even with Sèche Vite, if applied wet. Let the Sèche Vite dry fully, then do the peel. It would be just like what we're doing with the gel, except it wouldn't be, you know, a 30-second cure. You'd have to wait for Sèche to dry for, what, 5-10 minutes? But you might actually be able to get results more like, see, so many things to experiment with. So many things to keep an experiment with. Stick your hands in an oven glove. That's a good idea, because my fingers always get cold. Yeah. Oh my, I really want to try that. Yeah, I mean, it depends. The last time I used this particular peel off, Megan, I got really good wear, but I mean, it's not going to be as good of wear as with an actual gel base. I mean, to me, peel off with gel is kind of weird unless you're doing this kind of a technique, or unless you're doing like a pigment. I'm really curious. I'm going to write myself a note. I'm actually going to write it right on this piece of paper, because otherwise I might forget. And maybe we can make that experiment during our next stream. Well, our next nail polish stream. My next stream is going to be another gaming stream. We'll be playing Hollow Knight tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock Central Time. And I got my wings last night, right before I ended for the day. So we've got things to do. We've got places to go. We've got things that are unlocked now that I have my wings. And I'm looking forward to all the exploration. I really kind of overdid it on last night. I felt like, 'cause once I got done, I was like, wow, my hands are kind of sore. And, I need to kind of, aww. Now, for those of you that were here yesterday, I know that I just hosted Jerry yesterday. But how can I not host Jerry again when his stream title is a happy birthday to me? Yeah, that's the one that this one was, Barbie. The one that completely lost its holo was Sèche Vite over foil glue. But Sèche Vite, I mean, putting the foils in Sèche Vite, letting it dry, and then topping with Sèche Vite or with a water-based ones. But yeah, my favorite still, I mean, out of all these, is what we got going on my thumb here, which is foil over the wet gel, and then a promptly applied top coat. Mom of Noah. Well, we finished the manicure. We discovered that we got some curdling on our left hand and a little bit on our right hand, but none on our thumbs. And we did quite a few tests of other different things. If you get bored this evening, you can watch the VOD, but our lesson learned was that regular top coats don't suck with foils when you adhere them with a glue, or when you adhere them with a gel, and that yellow stopper works better than foil glue for applying foils. So, oh, did it like beat up? Yeah. Oh, something? Where's my sparkly tomboy? Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry if you just got here, but maybe you've been hanging out and just decided to follow, because we are wrapping up stream. And have a good rest of your evening, C4. Yeah, in fact, you know, we've got quite a few people here. We're not just gonna host, we're gonna raid. We're gonna go raid RPG Jerry, who was here earlier, who is going to be entertaining me this birthday evening with Tales of Xenoblade. And if you would also like to be entertained, you're welcome to come along. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all the new followers. Thank you for the subs, the donations, the bits. Thank you for making my birthday awesome. I hope I'll see you next time. And until then, goodbye.